just chilling with Adam, yeah, I'm just chilling with Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam, look, that's the host of Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam.
All right, Burger Planet, aka Murder Planet, in the fucking building on the stream for the first time ever. This has been much requested. Your chat just raids my chat constantly.
First and last time.
You think?
I hope not, but
I mean, bro, in like 10 years when you're on the cover of Time, we're going to have you back in here. You never know where someone's career is going to go.
Well, so far, I'm already living in a van, so I'm not sure how far lower it could go.
Explain that.
You live into a car.
You live in a van?
Well, right now I'm living at Paul's house in his garage on a bunk bed.
Right.
With no sheets. I have one sheet, but there's no bottom sheet.
What's stopping you from getting like more sheets or maybe even like a bed or
laziness?
A home? Laziness.
I'm just like, fuck it. Who cares? Fuck it. I got one blanket. I'm good. That's all you need.
All right, we got to go a little bit deeper here. What? Let's go back to like. So you're from Indiana?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. And
you've been out there?
I don't know if I've ever really been out there, but I hear it's a shithole.
Well, I mean, yeah. Seriously, like.
So what were you like as a kid? Between the age of 0 and 18, what was life like?
Well, my parents were very religious. My dad was a preacher. I learned how to play the drum set in church when I was like 10 or 11. But since I was a kid, I've been performing with my mom because she played piano and organ at church. So I've been singing. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. You know, all this church songs and stuff. So I've been performing in front of an audience pretty much all my life, but mostly old people. And that's, like I said, my audience is mostly geriatric people and bingo players and people that like gambling at casinos and stuff. So
right now, that's who you think are watching this?
And we got a few people up in cell block C that hide phones in their jail wallets.
Is your audience really old? Because I have a super young audience.
I mean, they're probably just normal people. I just like to tease them.
So you don't really know?
No, I mean, I know
you don't
what
have
YouTube says is, in the analytics is that my demographic is primarily 25 to 35 males. Like 90% male, 10% female, and
that's a shocking percentage. I refuse to believe that 10% of your audience is female.
It's much, much lower.
Yeah, it must be.
What my kind of mom woman? On her alt accounts.
No, it's like Egyptian Beauty, who a lot of people don't know about, and I didn't know about it until very recently.
Yeah, there's a lot of nightmares of the IRL world I've met.
Yeah,
against my discretion.
Like, what does it take? Okay, so actually, all right. Give me like 18 to becoming part of the streaming world. How do you somehow get to this point? Like, what were you doing with your life? You had a normal life at one point?
Oh, you're trying to figure out how I got all the way to living into a van?
Yes, I want to know about like what steps had to occur. Well, you make it sound like you had some good life that was going pretty nicely, and then all of a sudden you're just. Bad things started happening, and I don't know.
Well, I started experimenting with marijuana. Oh, shit.
That'll do it.
Sorry. Oops. Thank you for that donation on the Burger Planet stream on YouTube.
Your dick is probably hard as fuck from getting that $5, huh?
I mean, I don't get hard that much. I've kind of desensitized to pornography at this point. I've just seen too much.
You really feel like that? I've seen a lot of porn, too, and I'm still out here fucking.
Well, it takes a lot more than that to get this hog dick hard.
What happened? Why is your dick fucked up?
No, it's good. I mean, I can get it hard, but I don't just get hard all willy-nilly, I need some, like, lady, and, like, maybe just, like, a tender caress or something like that, just to kind of, like, get the juices flowing.
I get hard too much, if anything. That's my complaint. Because I can't even cuddle with my girlfriend for fucking 2 minutes without
wet wipe. There's all this blunt ash everywhere. It's getting all over my hands.
You don't smoke weed?
Shit. But it's just.
Hey, cleanup crew, can we get Burger Planet's little palette here cleaned up?
Yeah, like me and the disgust. They just ashed all over the place.
Just because he's not a rapper doesn't mean that we can't clean up the space in front of him. Actually, Chris is probably so mad about losing his go. Chris is on strike now because he got his go yard lighter stolen.
A damp paper towel, whatever,
Chris is on. He left. He's bad at Boosie because Boosie stole his go yard lighter.
Yeah. How do you keep a lighter for over a year? Anyway?
It's a $300 lighter. I mean,
people are gonna notice like, oh, that one's mine, of course.
yeah. I mean, I personally would be upset, but I also personally would never even try to hold a lighter ever for even like a moment.
I'm scared to buy Ray-Bans and stuff because I just know they're gonna get broke. I get the $5 jammers down at Venice Beach.
You think they're the same quality?
Oh, I know they're not the same quality, but
Well,
I mean,
they're not far off though, from my perspective.
yeah, they don't seem that much different. They're both made of plastic. And
I've done it all. I've had $10 glasses. I had Ray-Bans, and now I had Gucci's. I mean, by the time you get to Ray-Bans, there's absolutely no increase in quality.
yeah, it's just a name.
If anything, Ray-Bans are definitely just a brand name that's attached to a relatively cheap product, and then Gucci's the extreme version of that.
I just wear them because the Blues Brothers did.
Yeah? You're influenced by them?
Oh yeah, I love Belushi, Aykroyd. Oh, back to the story about the
You ruining your life?
how my life is so shit now, and how you can do the same at home if you could follow these easy at home footsteps. Well, I had a first job when I was 15. How far back are we going? Like 15 first
No, I
jobs?
just, okay, give me like, the interesting stuff. A lot of times people will be like,
I worked at a radio station for a couple years.
okay.
And
You went to college?
Yeah, I went to Ball State University.
For what?
I first was in telecommunications, then I decided to change it up because I'd already worked for a couple radio stations, and it just wasn't as hands-on. It was just the history of radio and all these kind of rudimentary stuff, and I was already running a radio station, like programming the automation and doing commercials and the weather and everything that's associated with that and DJ stuff.
Right.
And then, so I just switched to fine arts because I wanted to get more into video editing. So I learned video editing in college and took painting and drawing classes and a bunch of art classes and just wanted to expand my mind and my creativity as much as I could.
Did you always have a healthy dating life?
No, I didn't lose my virginity till I was like 23, I think. And I had to pay. I got laid for a $50 T-Mobile card and a bathrobe. So.
Wait, what? You traded for sex?
It's kind of a crazy story.
What kind of woman has sex for a T-Mobile gift card?
She was pretty ratchet, dude. It was.
You still got her info? I want to meet her.
Well,
I'm trying to get some for myself.
In college, when I was in college, there was one day there was a Who Wants to Be a VJ thing for MTV University. So I had this radio background, and everyone was like, "Oh, you should go give it a shot, Josh. Like, you have a good personality. Maybe you'd do well at it." So I went and got the paper, the pamphlet with all the stuff you have to sign, and then I had really bad diarrhea, so I had to run to the library because I was about to shit myself. And then I went to the bathroom filling out like 10 different forms and stuff, like initialing and whatever on everything. And then I run to the thing, and they're like, "Oh, it's closed. Can't go in." I'm like, "What the hell? Like, I had diarrhea. I need to see. I want to try." So I ran to the other side, and they still let me in.
You want to think of this? Let's get this cleaned
That
up.
was the last. Oh shit!
He's pissed.
People just leave trash everywhere.
Yeah, they're rappers. They don't give a fuck about anybody but themselves, man. You got to learn
I'm
from them.
OCD. I keep the van cleaner than this. I got a vacuum in my van. I'm like,
Keep the van cleaner than this.
Jesus. Can we do the next interview in the van?
I'm down. I do want to visit the CX mansion. What do you think I would get something out of it?
What, going over to Paul's?
Yeah.
Yeah, come over, man. I'll make some burgers. I've just bought a bunch of meat and could do a barbecue.
A little barbecue, that would be fun.
Can I vape in here?
Of course.
Okay.
You can smoke weed in here, obviously, too.
I don't want to smoke too much.
I've literally...
My mom is watching this. I don't want her to think that I told her I quit. So.
Burger Plant, consume this thought. I literally have had rappers in here chopping up lines of cocaine and snorting it during a podcast.
That's not good, Adam. Like, what, you mean come over and tell these guys to knock it off or something? What's going on?
No, I mean, probably.
Do they think that's cool?
Do they think it's cool? Probably cool. Probably also addicted.
I did cocaine for a solid year, and I was
What
in
year?
a bad
How old
place. Oh man, it was probably about 5 years ago. It was
Really?
a solid year of my life.
Okay, before we get to that though, I gotta.
No,
okay,
I'm good.
So you're doing good up to this point in your life.
I was doing so I went to the MTV thing. I ended
Yes.
up doing
And-
the verbal audition. Then I made it to the video audition. Then they're like, come back
And
later.
you missed it.
Well, no, they're like, come by. No, I did really well in the video audition.
Okay.
And I've been up for 2 days on these things called yellow jackets. It's like truck driver speed pills
Really?
that just like have ephedrine and
Why would you want to be up for 2
Colonut.
days?
because I had to get this painting finished for my art class. Because I always just procrastinate everything, and then I just have to get it done. And sometimes I do my best work just working all through the night and stuff, and on my paintings and stuff.
On speed.
Well, I mean, it was just on like truck driver, you know.
Oh, so these
speed.
are like over the counter.
Yeah, you get it at the gas station.
Okay.
You know, it's like cola nut.
I have seen those.
Ephedrine,
I've always seen those,
caffeine.
and I just never really gave one a go.
Well, I don't know, like one or two of them, you get pretty zapped up. And then I'd go to and smoke herb with the janitor lady, and she'd hook me up with like all the soap I needed and like rubber gloves. She was like my inside guy for like, cause I'd like smoke her out. We'd go smoke in like the wood shop and blow it in the ventilators. Used to get some really good cron. Some good cron, Adam. You guys don't call it cron anymore?
We call weed so many funny things, but cron I have not heard in a while.
So I did well on the video thing. I'm like, hey, my name's. I thought it was funny. I was like, I know all the MTV VJs. They have cool names like, yo, what up? I'm Sway. Hey, I'm Downtown Julie Brown. I thought of a cool nickname. Let me see what you think. I did a spin. I was like, I'm Jam Jamma Josh. And they're like, yes, you are. And they called me Jam Jamma Josh. That was my name through MTVU days. Jam Jamma Josh.
And so what happened with all that? I thought the diarrhea was like the end of the story, that you missed signing up.
No, that was just like a bump
that was
in
just
the
a
road.
bump in the road, okay.
That was just like most people would have given up by then.
I thought it was just going to be like, oh, you having terrible diarrhea was the reason that the entire thing didn't work out.
It's
that
like
would have
the
been
Odyssey,
great.
Homer's Odyssey. There's like a hero's journey.
Right.
You know, diarrhea, then like...
We're all in the middle of ours right now.
I mean, I had it this morning. A little whiskey will do that.
Yeah. Okay, so what happened with the MTV thing? It just didn't go anywhere?
No, okay, so they said come back later tonight. We're going to say who won. So I'm like all stoked. I felt like it did pretty well. Then they announced the winner. It's some other guy. I'm like bummed out. I'm like, eh. And then, so I was like dancing, trying to like show that I wasn't shy and stuff like that whenever they were videoing stuff. And then this producer said, well, just so you know, you were like runner up. We couldn't decide if you liked him more or you. But if something happens, you know, you'll be like next in shot. I'm like, okay, like whatever, dude. Thanks anyway.
And then you go and kill the guy who won.
So
boom, you're in.
So I go and cut the guy's brake cable. This isn't live, is it?
No.
I did not do that. No, he cut his own brake cables. Because he's an idiot. And no, the guy apparently he didn't go to the right college. He didn't go to Ball State, so he shouldn't have been in the competition. So I was the winner from my school. Out of 10, so I was like the top 10. I went to 10 colleges. There was 10 winners out of 10,000 people that tried out for it. Mm-hmm. I ended up not winning the whole thing. Some other guy did. He was in a big fraternity. You could vote as many times. But they let me host a show for a couple years, so that was pretty cool.
Damn.
And it was called Does This Look Infected? A college student's guide to health and wellness.
Really?
And I was a fake doctor. And people would write in questions like, Dear Jam Jamma Josh, when I eat asparagus, why does my pee smell? And I would be like,
yeah, answer that.
And I'd be like, oh my God, you're eating asparagus? Are you crazy? I'm prescribing 5 pounds of bacon grease stat. And make sure to smoke a whole box of Smooth Filter 100s. They always make you feel great. And I'd say something like that. And then they'd have a real doctor be like, not right, Jam Jamma Josh. Shouldn't smoke cigarettes. And your pee smells like, smells because of the extra nitrates in the asparagus or something.
That's one of my favorite things, bro. The other day I ate a bunch of asparagus on stream. I pee. I tell my friends, I'm fucking pissed. My pee didn't smell bad. I go and take another pee. I'm like, now we're in business.
It just had to get through the system.
Just needed a little more time. I drink a lot of water.
That's good.
Yeah, that's one thing I got going for me.
Do you have an extra bottle of water over here?
Chris, we got any extra bottles of water?
I got this thing, but I cashed it out.
I feel like there are more over there, although there might not be, because when we just ordered Mexican food, I noticed that they ordered some bottled waters, which they might have just been doing because they're fucking dickheads and they want to just waste my money. But
yeah, what is it, only $3 a bottle from the Mexican
from
food?
Calais Tacos? I don't know.
Shout outs to Calais Tacos. Mucho gusto.
Okay, so you hosted the show.
Yeah.
The show inevitably... And where was the show being aired?
It was aired in, like, college dorm rooms, like, to, like, university housing. So it was all college students. So sometimes college students would recognize me. And then they put it online, too, so it was, like, everyone could watch it online.
And what year was this?
It was 2000... was it 2005 to 2007.
Cool. So then what happens after that?
Well, that ended, and then I actually moved to New York to pursue that. So I was like, oh, I've got this thing going with MTV. Had enough money from the last thing they sent me to Puerto Rico, and I got to go to the Viacom sales booster thing where they would send all the people that do sales for the commercials and stuff to a big sales conference to get them amped up for selling ad space because it's really soul crushing and sucks. So they try to give them an incentive, like, oh, we're going to go to Puerto Rico and have fun. But there was every network that Viacom owns there. Like, I met the vice president of Viacom, like the whole thing, and played flag football with him. And I was on crutches because my knee had popped out of socket. So everybody was coming up to me and talking to me about my knee. And I was on a bunch of pain pills and free drinks and stuff because of my knee. And, man, I was just having a great time. And everybody was there, like Spike TV, MTV, VH1, Comedy Central, CMT, CBS, I don't know, whatever other, Paramount Pictures. Like, they own a bunch of.
So you're just hanging out in Puerto Rico.
Yeah, and then so I made some money from that. I made like $1,500. Felt like I had enough money to go to New York to pay rent and stuff. So I go to New York.
$1,500.
$1,500.
Not enough to move to New York.
I know.
I'm just going to tell you right now.
I stayed in a hostel for a month, found a place, and moved there to work for MTVU. Did a couple more jobs for them. That brought in some money, like an extra, a couple thousand or something. And then they just kind of changed up the show. They got a hot girl to do the show instead. It's like, I'm not a hot chick. So.
Not yet.
I mean, as soon as I make enough donations, the dick is coming off, guys. I'm going to be who I truly am inside.
That actually seems like a great idea, especially since Ice Poseidon has that incel audience. You could have that trans audience, that woke ass audience that wants to see you get that dick chopped off.
Yeah, well,
defeating the patriarchy by having your penis chopped off.
Well, my brother had some kids, so
he did.
Yeah, so the legacy will live on.
Yeah, balance that out by cutting your dick off.
Yeah.
Okay. So then what happens from there? I feel like I'm just really trying to figure out when shit goes bad.
All right, so
are we close?
Then went to New York. Yeah, so then I'm in New York, partying up. Took some Upright Citizens Brigade classes.
Okay.
Really was doing stand-up comedy all the time. Really going for it, trying to do the comedy thing. Thing with MTV didn't work out. Got a job at Bubba Gump. Then I worked at an ad agency, did video editing there, kind of honed my editing chops and learned some different techniques and different styles and stuff there. And then worked for a motion graphics studio, dated a bunch of chicks, selling herb for a long time.
How much? A month.
Well, this is a long time
Couple
ago.
ounces?
What's the statute of limitations?
You're all right.
All right. Yeah, it was just like, getting like maybe a pound at a time or something like that. Just,
how long did it take you to sell that?
I mean, I have a couple of people that were getting like a couple zips a week. So, a week, couple weeks, something like that. But then eventually you get winter, I get lazy, I'm like riding my bike, end up smoking most of it. Next thing you know, I owe the guy like $8,000 or $9,000. He's like threatening to kill my family and shit.
As he should.
I know.
Yeah, that's what the drug business is all about.
Terrible people.
You run off with my $8,000, your mama gonna die.
So then I had to like start doing these like errands for him, like, oh, can you take this duffel bag to like so and so, and I just didn't even want to know what the fuck,
And you were doing a lot of that shit?
Yeah, well, I didn't really have much of a choice at him, and then I hooked him up with a friend of mine, or Callie, and then I guess he got some kind of connect there, and that kind of like wiped off my debt. So.
Right.
But then he was still wanting more money because it was like, even though I already knew he made like a shitload of money from like their whole interaction, like I saved him a bunch of money or something.
And he was still hitting you up.
Yeah, and then he finally just like quit because I just was like, man, we already should be good on this debt, like because he got arrested and was in like prison or something for like beating up his girlfriend or some shit, and then he was wanting, I don't know, money sent to prison. I'm like, dude, already. Like calling me I had to change my number and stuff.
Should have killed him.
I mean, he was in prison. I wasn't going to put a hit on him.
No, but I mean before, like when he started like trying to get the $8,000-9,000 off you, that would have been a good time to just kill him. Right, but I mean that's why. If you're scared that he's going to kill you, you should probably kill him first to make sure he doesn't kill you.
It all worked out.
Well, it's good that it worked out without you having to kill someone, but I'm just saying.
So
I don't know. I mean, I've been reading a lot about Lil Boosie, and I'm really just like, it's kind of fucked my head up, man. It's like a different way of looking at life.
Man, Adam, you're just surrounded by such darkness sometimes, my friend.
No, but Boosie made it out of the darkness. Now he's made it to the light.
Well, that's good.
Also, is it true that you have ligma?
I know this joke, Adam. Ligma nuts.
I prefer balls, but
Ligma balls.
I mean, it just would have been so fire if I got you,
Ligma scrot.
Yeah.
My gooch.
If I had got you, bro, fire. That would have been lit.
Dude, I watch Drama Alert. DJ Keemstar told me all about it.
You do watch Drama Alert?
No, I don't.
You don't?
I do if I'm on it or if ISIS
I
or
watch
something.
every episode of Drama Alert, every single one, even when I have no idea who they're talking about.
Could we get your Keemstar intro impression?
How's it go?
It's like, hey, everybody, welcome back to Drama Alert. Let's get to the news.
No, but you didn't do it right. I'm
Something
a
like that.
stickler. It's like if I'm going to do it, I need to
Sorta
do it
like that.
just right. And I fucking forget what, like, if you gave me, like, the first. Fuck. Put me on the spot here. All right, fuck it. I don't want to do it anyway.
It doesn't matter.
Let's get right into the news. But I forget what he says right
It's
before
more
that,
like
too. Yeah.
Hey, everybody.
Well, he came out at FusiCon. He said it on stage. I thought it was kind of funny.
That was fun.
Were you at FusiCon?
No, I was traveling across the country on a road trip, meeting
Right.
all the people that watch me and stuff.
Okay, so the Kron dealer didn't kill you.
He didn't kill me.
And then
I lived in New York, just got tired of it, wanted to move. Well, I started live streaming because this is how I got into live streaming.
you started, okay.
So this guy that worked down the block for me, I lived in Bushwick for a while. Then I moved to Williamsburg
Same.
for a while. And I lived on North 7th Street between Barry and Wythe. Pretty good at location.
That is a nice area. What the fuck are you doing there?
I just moved into Bill Lyca's place. And this guy's owns 20 different buildings and shit. Like he's, big real estate dude and rents them all out. Well, anyway, I was living there and decided, the guy that worked down the hall, or not the hall, the street, I saw him talking to someone. I was like, what are you doing? And he was usually kind of an asshole to me. And then one day he was like, oh, I'm on a video chat with some friends, but it was all in Arabic and stuff. So I'm like, oh, okay, whatever. Because he's Iranian and knows Arabic and stuff. So then the next time I was there, he's like, oh, I'm live streaming on this app called YouNow. And you can just live stream from your phone. I'm like, oh, you can live stream from your phone? And he after he was done, he's like, look, I made like $5,000 this month, all this. I'm like, damn, $5,000 just live streaming? Like, you're just working at the deli and stuff, and people are giving you money? That's awesome.
Would he live stream at the deli or separately?
Yeah, he would live stream while he's working at the deli. So there'd be all these random, weird drunk people and crackheads and stuff coming into the store.
Wow.
And he'd just mess with them. And there became kind of reoccurring characters like the Vietnamese lady that was like, I need hot cup fee, hot cup fee, hot cup. They'd have reoccurring things.
Right.
I was like, oh, it's the cup fee lady. But so he was doing pretty well with that. So I decided to start doing it. And I just started my live stream that night. And I just had a little kind of crappy Kyocera, free phone. It didn't work that great. But I ended up just streaming for 8 hours that first night. Just went back home and, turned on my computer. My webcam was just dancing around, doing karaoke songs. And
What do you think it was that made you like it so much?
well, I always liked creating stuff. I used to do puppets at church when I was a kid, and it was in the puppet. I don't know. They had a couple puppets, and we do puppet shows, and I was always magic and.
You never had a priest try to finger you or anything?
No, nothing like that. My dad definitely beat the shit out of me with a belt a bunch of times and stuff, but nothing sexual.
Do you think your dad knew about pedophilia within the church and just kept quiet about it, not some Sandusky shit?
No, it wasn't Catholic. They're Pentecostal, evangelical Christians. That
All
speak
Christians
in
to me are
tongues.
now suspected child rapists.
I don't know. I never got diddled or anything, but
Well, thank God.
I know.
Or maybe you're repressing the memory.
Oh my God. Oh, Daddy. Why?
So you started streaming before you even knew about Ice Poseidon, which is interesting because when I
Yeah.
think of you, I kind of think of you as a dude who's sort of. I always imagine that
started
you just
because of
saw Ice and were like, I'm on this wave. Boom.
Absolutely not. I've been live streaming for over almost 3.5 years.
Oh, okay.
Maybe possibly longer than him. Before they had mobile live streaming on YouTube because they just got that last May. And that's why I was on you now, because you couldn't. Twitch just got mobile live streaming maybe 2 years ago or something. So like Andy Moanakis and all those guys. I mean, I wasn't getting very many viewers, but I was definitely. I think I did almost 2,000 broadcasts in 8 months.
Wow.
My first 8 months, and a lot of them were pretty long.
Were you making any money?
I didn't make any money in my first 8 months because you had to be a partner. I just loved it. I got obsessed with it because there was like levels and stuff, try to get to the next level. And
but what are the levels based on? Just how much you've done it?
They're just arbitrary. Yeah, how much you've streamed or how much you donate or something levels you up.
Well, I feel that because I mean, what I always found interesting about Ice is that he got into it through Pokemon Go.
Yeah, and RuneScape.
I still play Pokemon Go. I'm loading it up right now. No, but I just like watching. I like completing a list.
Yeah,
There's
get
something
a little
about
OCD.
that. Yeah, something about like just having a list of something that you're completing. That really does it for me. I don't know.
Yeah, I used to have this tower defense game called Robo Defense on my phone, and I just got obsessed with getting all the little awards or whatever.
Yeah, I've had a lot of games like that in my life that
I
I've
have to just delete them and quit.
Oh yeah, it's so hard. I get so badly addicted to video games, and Pokemon Go is just one of the many that have occupied my mind throughout my life.
Just a bunch of fucking Spearows around here. Damn it.
This is a Murkrow.
A Murkrow?
Yeah, but the only reason I clicked it is because there are 4 Pokemon around here right now, and none of them have the possibility of being shiny besides this Murkrow, and I do not have a shiny Murkrow.
Damn it, I don't even know what shiny means. I only played Gen 1. So.
Literally, the only thing that a shiny is just that the sprite is a slightly different color, and they occur about like 1 in every 350 times that you see it. But obviously, it being a slightly different color doesn't make it better. It doesn't do anything. But if I had it in my head, somehow I'm convinced that if I were to have all the shinies, then I wouldn't care anymore. That then I would have beaten the game, even though it's obviously not true. They introduce new stuff that you could do all the time. And also, obviously, I don't have time for this, Like, this is not a practical thing for me to spending part of my life on.
Sorry you're so bored that you're playing Pokemon Go, Adam.
No, because...
I'm going to turn it up a notch.
Bro, that is... No. That has nothing to do with you. I'm holding a perfectly meaningful conversation right now while catching that Murkrow and gaining 110 XP.
Shoutouts to Pokemon Go.
This is not saying anything about the level of discourse. If anything, I would say we were having a better conversation than my average podcast.
Well, thank you, Adam. I like to consider myself an intellectual gentleman.
Do you?
Well, I try.
How old are you?
I'm 36.
Shit, you're older than me. They call me old all the time.
Yeah, life's been
Okay.
crazy, wild ride.
Bro, you start streaming and shit.
Yeah.
At some point, don't you have like a wife and shit? What?
I never had a wife.
Oh, I made this up in my head. You just look like a deadbeat dad to me.
Well, the thing is, the story is behind this. I can clear this up. I've talked about it on the stream, but some people still don't know. Someone made a knitted hat of a burger for me for the winter, and they made one for my niece and my nephew. So they said, take a picture of your niece and nephew with the burger hat. So it was like, like tan on the top, and then a stripe of red for the tomato, and a stripe of yellow, and a stripe of green for the lettuce. But it kind of looked Rasta too, and then like a brown stripe for the beef, and then a tan stripe. So it's kind of like a minimalistic thing.
Well, what's interesting, I had the same. I had a hat that was like pieces of fabric all sort of like sewn together. It was like a burger hat.
You're a burger buddy.
I could try to find the picture, bro.
I knew it.
Yeah, and we all thought it was super phony, and I used to like rap about it and like,
I
got
want
a burger hat.
I want to see you in one of those fake dreadlock wig thing, Ross the Cat.
That might not go over that well for me, given the hip hop
Hey,
thing.
man. I'm not a cop, man.
Well, one thing that I thought was super funny, and for some reason I feel like you're the person that I want to share this story with, is that I'm walking through the parking lot of Whole Foods, and I'm in a terrible mood. I'm feeling like shit. This fucking kid comes up to me, just jumps out of his car. He goes, Atom, I swear, I am the Justin Bieber of Africa. And I'm in a weird mood. I'm like, bro, I fuck with you. I like your energy. So if you pull up to my store, I'll check your shit out. I swear to God. And he comes in, He comes one day, and I was like in meetings for like hours and hours and hours, and my employee kept telling him, he's like, he said that nobody can come in, blah, blah, blah. And like he even asked me, and I was like, honestly, I can't. I'm like doing interviews, I'm doing meetings, whatever. Comes in again the next day, and my fucking employee's like, yo, that fucking Justin Bieber kid said that
Justin Bieber
of Africa is here again. And I was like, oh, okay, have him come in. But again, I'm doing like 3 interviews in a row, so I had to make him wait for like 6 hours for some reason. But he's stuck around. Like even, and then he finally comes in, and he gave me a dashiki. And he's like, this is from my country. Like,
that's cool.
He's like, will you wear it? And I had to be like, I'm really sorry, but I feel like if I took a picture wearing this, that
people are gonna think it's racially insensitive.
Yeah, I'm like, if I take a picture wearing this, bro, like, people will not get that it's like me showing respect for your culture. Yeah. They're going to take it as me making fun of the African culture. And or
Adam's trying to be cool now.
He tried to act like he was like he understood, but I really don't think he understood, because most people, like, the intricacies of American racism are peculiar. So that was weird.
Yeah, people were pretty definitely very just touch and go with the whole racism stuff. I remember growing up in the 90s, people would just call each other, you're hanging with their buddies, oh, you're a faggot, that's just like a common thing now. It's like you don't say that at all.
We still say like gay a lot, or
like
stuff
retard,
off camera.
Like
I still say retard, man. I'm standing by retard.
You keeping that one?
I'm keeping retard alive, man. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I mean,
I just don't care.
Handy capable.
I just don't care.
Those chicks need to fuck too.
Well, I've never done that.
Would you? If she was like had some real big tits and a nice ass.
I mean, I fucked amputees.
That's fucking hot.
But that's not really like handicapped.
That's just easy access.
That's just cool,
Fuck yeah.
It's just exotic. What do you think is okay, let me ask you that. What's your like weirdest sexual experience?
I hooked up with a burn victim once.
How bad?
Well, it's like kind of, I mean, it's kind of scarring, like to me, well, her physically and then me, like emotionally. But I feel like insensitive too if I tell the story a little bit, but like whatever.
It's okay.
I don't remember her name, so I'm not going to say that or anything, even if I did. But I met this girl at a club. We're dancing. We're made out. And then when I get a girl's number, sometimes I'll put a little note like, oh, we kissed or something, like their name and then kiss, something like that, or booty or something. She had a nice booty or something like that. We danced, Kim dance. Yeah, something like that. So I was going through the list of like, the numbers one night. It was like Thursday or Friday night or something. I'm like, okay, I got to find some chicks. I messaged 30 chicks. She was like one chick that hit me up like, oh, what's up? I guess it's, and I was like, oh, I'm sorry I didn't hit you up sooner. I've just been busy last month or whatever. She's like, oh, okay, I can come over. And so she comes over, gets some, like a big like handle of like Evan Williams Black Label and some 2 liter of Coca-Cola and make some whiskey and Cokes.
If a girl comes over with that, you know exactly what she's trying to tell you.
Yeah, we're drinking. We're just getting pretty drunk pretty quick. Within an hour, we're making out. I'm like putting my hand down her pants. She's like putting her hand down my pants. And then she's like, wait. I have to tell you something. And I'm like, oh shit, like is she like a guy or something? Like is she a dude? What's...
Plot twist.
Yeah. And she's like, when I was a young girl, I was in a house fire. And a lot of my skin is different. And I'm like, oh.
She had an accent like this?
Well, she was from China.
Oh, okay.
So, and I was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry for you. I'm just trying to be as sensitive as I can. You're like, oh my God, that must be so bad. Like kissing her and like, oh, I want to make you feel good. Like
I'll rub lotion on your wounds.
And then I'm like, I want to make you feel good. And then I'm kissing her. She's like, yeah, I want to feel good too. And then I'm like, can I shave your pussy in the shower?
What?
I asked her if I could shave her pussy in the shower.
Why would you ask her if you could shave her pussy?
Because it was really hairy. I wanted to like go down on her, but and then she's like, okay.
She's fucking Chinese, bro. That's part of their culture. They keep their pussy hairy.
Well, I don't know. So we go into the bathroom.
I don't blame you for not wanting to eat it though.
We go into the bathroom and then all the lights are on. She takes off all of her clothes. I'm still fully clothed. And then I see in her arms and legs are all skin grafted back on. Like her whole... Like her pussy and like some of her torso was okay, but like all of her arms and all of her legs was like Freddy Krueger skin.
Right.
I'm just trying to play it cool, because I don't want to fucking like, be rude or whatever, and I still want to fuck. So I start shaving.
Didn't turn you off.
I mean, I just try to play it cool, Adam. So I shaved her pussy with my electric hair trimmer. And
As you do. As you do.
I'm like, and then, like, then we like take a shower together and wash off and stuff. I get naked and get the shower there, and we go to my room, and I just like go down on her. I make her feel like a woman. I'm just like licking the clit, just pleasuring her for like what must have been 20 minutes. I'm just down there, tongue punching.
Was she going crazy?
She was fucking moaning, going crazy. Then I'm like gonna fuck her. I'm just like, I don't think I need a condom with this girl. Like she probably isn't like
the
a
fire
huge
probably
slut.
damaged her reproductive organs as well, right?
I wasn't thinking that. I was thinking she probably hadn't been around that much. 'Cause she seemed
Like,
kind of.
I'm the only kind soul who was willing. You're such a saint, aren't you? The only kind soul willing to penetrate this vagina of this disgusting victim.
I'm the Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa of fucking burn victims. If Mother Teresa had devoted her time to fucking the burned,
Oh God. So
she would behave much like yourself.
I mean, when I drink too much whiskey, sometimes I can't come, or at least at this point. So I fucked this chick for maybe 2 or 3 hours. Like, it was over 2 hours. And I'm just, at some point, I'm just fucking, I don't know. She must have been sore. So then the next day, I'm telling my friends, like, oh man, I ended up hooking up with this. And I couldn't come too because I was touching her legs, and I was thinking Freddy Krueger. And I was just like, fuck me, bitch. Like, fuck me. Like, I'm like, no, don't think of that. And then, of course, I did think of that. And that kind of gave me this like mental thing too. And then I ended up finally being, I didn't want her to think she was like, couldn't make me come. So I ended up like pulling out and spitting on her back and just been like, and, like laid down.
I've faked an orgasm.
And like, I was like, oh my
I understand.
God. That was so good. Oh my God, baby. I'm just like so sweaty and shit laying on the bed. Right. It was gross.
Well, you want to know how I know that you and I are different types of people? Because I had a very, very similar situation back in the day in Brooklyn. Peep this. I go to some really, really fucking crowded bar with a bunch of my friends. Once we get there, I sit down in this fucking stool. There's a girl sitting right next to me. Boom, we spark up a conversation. We end up talking for like over an hour. Never at any point during this does she stand up. I get her number. It's probably 2007 or some shit. I get her number. She gives me the digits. It's the middle of winter. I end up leaving with my friends, even though I'm wasted, going back to the apartment. I hop on my bike in the middle of the fucking winter. It's freezing cold. For some reason, I remember this, and I fucking pedal over to her house, which she was texting me, telling me, like, yeah, come over. So, it's like 3 a.m. I pedal my bike over to her house.
I know that. It's like 3 a.m. This chick wants to fight. It doesn't matter what time it is for a guy. It's like 4 a.m, 5 a.m, 6 a.m. Like, you will get your ass out of the bed for some pussy.
Yeah, and I was drunk, so.
Yeah. You're still awake.
Yeah, and it was really like, when I think about how it would unfold for me now, I would get an Uber and it would be like somewhat painless. I probably now I would not separate, most likely. If I was trying to hook up with her that night, I wouldn't
You're
have
in
left.
New York,
I
though. Everybody bikes in New York.
I would have been
Uber
just like,
didn't
come
even
with
exist
me.
then.
Yeah,
you would have been
exactly.
hailing a cab all night. Like, cabs aren't around that much in Brooklyn or wherever.
Yeah, totally. That wasn't realistic at that time. But anyway, I get there. She's sitting down on the steps in front of her apartment, even though it's freezing fucking cold. She's like, so what do you want to do? I'm like, well, we could just go upstairs because it's freezing cold. She's like, okay. We start walking up the stairs. As soon as we start walking up the stairs, she walks kind of like this, like crazy.
Something's a little weird.
Something happened.
Spine messed up, maybe? Or
something happened because the way she was walking was,
yeah.
And you see people like this.
Yeah.
I get up there.
She might have like muscular dystrophy or something like that, or
I did see later on that it was like she got in a car accident, so she wasn't always like that, and it was in the process of getting better or whatever, which is that's good. But anyway, bro, I'm fucking watching her walk up the stairs, and at this point, like my whole mind was just on fucking her. Obviously, she just wanted to hang out and fuck. Like she was on the same page as me. It was pretty clear. But
she's
dude,
still hot.
As soon as I saw her walking like that, I just could not bring myself to do it. I just fucking all of a sudden was thinking about it too much, and it just freaked me out. And it wasn't that it turned me off. It was that I started like empathizing with her too much and started to think about, she seems like she likes me. I'm never going to fucking see her again after this. Like, this is kind of fucked up for me to do this. Somehow seeing that she had been through some kind of trauma with that just made me not want to just do this purely physical exchange. Which is weird because now when I think about having sex with someone, I assume almost every time that they're on exactly the same page I am, besides my girlfriend, which is like, just sex is whatever. You can just have sex with someone. It's okay.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you're dating.
Yeah. But I mean, like, in terms of other girls, or like in terms of if I was single,
you guys are in like an open relationship kind of thing, right? Or
yeah, we do all kinds of crazy shit. But I mean, if I was single and I meet a girl, I'm not thinking like, oh, she wants to date me so bad. I'm thinking like she probably just wants to fuck and like maybe keep hanging out after that.
yeah,
It's almost like an egotistical thing previously that I just was assuming that this girl was going to want to keep hanging out with me, and that she probably wanted to just have fucking casual sex like everybody else, even though she had this thing.
yeah. I've definitely had girls that I fantasize about. Like there was this hot Russian chick that I liked for a solid year. Wanted to fuck her for a long time. She fucked like other people and not me. I'm jealous. Then I finally do fuck her, and it just was terrible. She just kind of laid there. Just wasn't a good fuck at all. And then
I always think about that with people who get married before they have sex.
Oh yeah.
Can you imagine? I've been like hanging out with a girl who I thought was the most beautiful fucking angel from heaven up above, and then you have sex with her, and it's just it ruins the whole image of it.
Like they don't know how to fuck. You're trying to move her around. Like they have no rhythm. They have no.
And even I feel like some people just match up differently.
Yeah, the body.
And some people
organs
are good at having sex too, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway,
sure.
The thing is, that girl, the one with the weird walk, afterwards.
You fucked her at some point though, right?
No.
Oh, okay.
Afterwards, she
I'm
got
assuming.
bro. She got like engaged to this dude who was like a kickboxer, and I would
Whoa.
always see her around Brooklyn with this kickboxer dude, and he'd be looking at me like he wanted to fucking kill me, and I'd always be wondering like, what the fuck did she tell him?
Something?
Because
Yeah.
in reality, all I did was just had a nice conversation with her one night, and then I left, and then I
She's
really-
probably like, he's an asshole.
yeah, one of those.
I wanted
He's a
him
fucking
to.
dick.
I wanted him. If she didn't say it, like I wanted him to fuck me, and he wouldn't. He's a jerk.
Well, yeah, that's what I know. She definitely didn't tell him.
yeah.
Yeah,
Just probably. Oh, he's a jerk. Like that motherfucker.
girls don't do that. They don't go to like the version of the story that makes them look like a piece of shit. Guys do. Like me or you, we'll sit here and tell the story about our breakup and how we did something bad or blah blah blah.
Yeah,
girls,
it's 90% my fault.
Girls like to paint a rosy picture because they are judged so much more by us. Like I can I could tell my girlfriend a story about me doing something terrible. I got you, and it's par for the course. She knows that I fucking broke into people's houses and all kinds of shitty stuff that she told me that she couldn't fucking shoplift a candy bar.
We've come a long way.
You shoplift ever?
I think I stole a candy from a store once when I was a kid, and and then my mom made me go put it back, and I got in trouble for that. But then one time in high school, this dude I know, he worked at he was a manager of KB Toys.
I have the pork bowl for the record.
The Dreamcast had just came out, Sega Dreamcast, and he was like, "Yo, dude, he's like, I'm the manager at KB Toys. Do you want a Dreamcast?" I'm like, "You mean like on sale or something? I don't have any money. Like, I don't have, for the discount." It's like, "No, dude, you can just come to the store and walk out with it." I'm like, "What?" So this was like the first time really I'd ever stole anything. I go into the KB Toys. He shows me what aisles. I mean, I wasn't even that great of friends with this guy, so I'm like kind of thinking like, is this a setup or something? Like, what's going on? Like, why does this guy have to gain from this? Like,
Right.
nothing, and lose your job. Like, well, I don't understand. So he's like, walk down this aisle, walk here, I'll hand it to you here. Hands me the Dreamcast, shows me where to walk. I walk right out with it, walk home with it. All I had was like the demo disc, and they didn't make that many games for it. End up selling it to a dude for like $50 and bought some weed with it after I had it for like a month or something. It's like, oh, whatever, fuck this thing. I'm not going to buy games for it. But yeah, I guess so. I did steal something that time.
I got fired from Sears when I was 16 because like almost everyone who worked there was stealing, and we all knew about it. All the guys, at least.
Bob Vila, Craftsman Tools. This old house.
We were all stealing. We would have people come in and like buy something, and we'd give them like a bunch of change, give them like $100 or whatever, and then we'd all split it, whatever. They figured it out after a while, or like figured out something was going on. They fired me. So at my next job after that, and then the thing is everybody snitched on each other, and I didn't. I was just like, no, I don't want to talk about it. I want to talk about it without my lawyer here. So the cops never hit me up after I said I didn't want to talk to them without my lawyer, and so I never had to snitch, and they all snitched on each other, and everybody got in trouble besides me. Anyway.
Nice.
My next job after that, I just refused to steal. Everybody was stealing. It was at Brookstone. Those chairs and shit in the mall?
Yeah.
I was working there. Everybody was stealing like crazy. And everybody was trying to get me to steal, but I never did because I fucking got fired from that other job for stealing and shit. So I knew that if I, number one, I just didn't want to do it. I wanted to turn over a new leaf. And then also I knew that if I had some fucking $120 Tempur-Pedic pillow in my room, that my parents were probably paying close enough attention that they would figure it out.
Adam, where'd you get this Tempur-Pedic? These things are $200 a seat on TV. You can't afford that with your job.
So I never stole anything.
Did you steal this from Grandma?
Everybody else was stealing like crazy, and they all got caught. And I was the only innocent one.
Probably the best job I had for stealing was at Kroger. I would always steal. Well, at first I didn't steal, and then I found out, oh, everybody's stealing food here. So we just like get something off the shelves and take it to the break room. So they didn't have cameras and stuff. But I was a grocery sacker, and my buddy worked in the dairy department. So we would just go back into the dairy cooler and huff all the nitrous out of Ready Whip cans. We went through 2 cases one night. And we're sitting in the cooler, so like, you know, our lips are blue from the nitrous, and it's so fucking cold. We're just like hide behind a bunch of like eggs and milk and shit, and then go back to work. Like, hello, may I help you? Still
Nitrous
fucked up.
fun? I never really got into that.
I mean, they call it hippie crack for a reason. It's really addicting. You just want to like keep the buzz going.
How would you describe the state of your life right now? You feel like you seem like you've sort of like given up to a certain extent. Like you like this like pig image that you have.
Oh, as far as my body is so
It feels like that's sort of your gimmick in a way, is that you sort of are just like, hey, I'm a fucking
I'm Burger
slob.
Planet.
Look at me, I'm Burger Planet. I'm a fucking mess. But even like, okay, it's one thing to present that image publicly, but then you're saying that you're sleeping on this fucking shitty little thing with like just a sheet, and you're too lazy to go get more sheets and stuff. It's like, man, you gotta.
I went and got toilet paper.
Well, that's a step. Getting stuff for your home that you can't get at 7-Eleven is a big step in.
Well, I didn't know how long I was going to be staying there, so
How long are you going to be staying here?
I'm not sure. Paul's wanting me to host something called the CX News Network now, and we're going to do some stuff with green screen.
Yeah, what
Might
kind
be
of
able to
news?
get you in on it if you want.
No, I'm down. We're starting some news stuff too at our new office space down the street.
Okay. That sounds sweet.
Well, what kind of news do you think is going to take place in the CX?
I want it to be like to have some funny skits, kind of like The Daily Show, where there's like some little correspondent things, like Man on the Street kind of interview that we edit, you know, the day before the show, and then air those little skits. You know, do like a weather report for the whole country that's kind of just funny. You know, just have like different characters and things like that, like that reoccur.
How do you feel about getting the shit beat out of you at the boxing match?
Well, it wasn't good. I wanted to win the boxing match. Adam, thanks for bringing that up, by the way.
No problem.
I'm sure they would have let you box someone if you wanted to.
I'm not really in that state of my life.
I'm not either. Fuck, I just went out there and got the shit beat out of me.
I'm on the path of least resistance now. I'm trying to like not.
Get your head rattled?
Yeah, that's one thing I really don't want. Is I don't want a little mini concussion. I've had many concussions and I don't want more.
Yeah, that's not good.
I feel like I'd be operating maybe on like 10, 15% better if I had not knocked myself out cold many times in my life.
I had a bad concussion one night. There was some gay guys when I worked at a Bubba Gump shrimp company that were having an underwear party. So I'm like, hell yeah, I'm going to the porn store. I'm buying the skimpiest underwear I can. I'm going to make everyone uncomfortable. So I went and got a Jaguar thong, wore that at the party, and it was just like right up my ass. Then I'm like very uncomfortable around all these people. Everyone else was wearing like boxer briefs, but one of our managers, this really hot redhead, she was wearing this like lingerie with like the garter belt and the hot thigh high stockings and shit. I was just like, oh my god, she was so hot, so sassy. I wanted her so bad, but I was just pounding the whiskey that night. Then I'm riding my bike home over the Manhattan Bridge, end up falling off. I put some pants on. I wasn't still wearing the thong at that point. I put some clothes on in the bathroom, and then fell and hit my head on the concrete a couple times pretty hard. But then,
wow.
Yeah, and then I got a whiplash concussion once where I couldn't see anything but really bright gold light.
What happened?
I was just riding my bike again. It was wet. I had to slam on my brakes because the car in front of me did. Then I skidded and then laid the bike down. I put my hand down to brace the fall and then just whiplashed my head. My head didn't hit the concrete, but just the action, you know, of the fall. And then just was enough to just jostle my brain against my skull on both sides and just saw really bright light.
Right.
And I had some migraines for like the next month or so, but it went away. But it was a little scary. And it took about 10 minutes for my vision to fade back into normal.
Wow.
It was just like everything was really overexposed and like really bright white and like gold rays coming off it. And I was like, wow, this is kind of trippy and cool, but this is not good because I do art and painting and I don't want to see everything like this.
I want to tell you a little story. I was like 21, hadn't really drank at this point in my life. I was a late bloomer with the whole drinking thing. I'm hanging out with this girl. I'm in Florida, staying with my friend or whatever, and he's off at his girlfriend's house, so she's not around. I met this girl on fucking MySpace, and she comes, she drives like 2 hours to hang out with me. She's pretty cute. We go to Walmart, we buy Oreos and wine, and we'll go back to the house and get fucking shit-faced, and then she's riding me, and I'm like 21, and I'd never really been that drunk before. She's riding me, and I just nut inside her because I'm so fucked up. Whatever.
Oreos will do that to you.
Yeah, Oreos will definitely do that. So then the next day, you know, bright and early in the morning, I'm like waking up to take a piss, and my friend just goes, yo, you want to go to the skate park? I'm like, all right, let's go. Go to the skate park. I'm trying this fucking one trick, a little manual 180 over the pyramid. Somehow my pants get caught in my chain, and I just take I fall back, and my helmet wasn't buckled, so my helmet falls back. Ooh. Oh, I smash my fucking head. I wake up. Everybody in the skate park is all standing around me, staring at me. My friend is like, yo, I got to go anyway. Let's go. He throws me in his car. I just fucking start asking him the same question over and over and over. I'm just like, what happened to me? What happened? What trick was I doing? What happened? Just over and over. He takes me to the hospital. I'm like so fucking fried that like the fucking nurse is coming in.
That's scary.
She's coming in. I'm talking to her, giving her information or whatever, and then she would like go do something on the other side of the room, and I would just look over at my friend and just be like, yo, that nurse was so fucking hot. Because I had no clue,
check out that
man.
ass, dude. Check out that ass.
Dude, I called my mom like 10 times telling her what happened, and she's fucking scared shitless, bro. That was the worst one.
That's my first thing, was to call my mom, and then I was like, there's nothing she could do. I don't want to make her worry. So I told her about it like months later.
I called her over and over and over. She was so pissed.
How long did it take for your memory to get back to normal?
Like, even by that night, I can like remember. I can actually like remember basically all of that. Even that night, I remember I like got on my bike and just like pedaled around, and I just remember doing that. But I mean, it definitely fucked me up for a while. Yeah.
Did you take a break from riding for a bit?
Yeah, you know, a couple days. Yeah. Let's talk about some other good shit. I know you got some fucking stories, Burger. We've gotten to that point in the podcast of just talking about.
I can tell you how
stuff.
I met Ice.
Yeah, how did you meet Ice? You fucking stream sniper and fucking bitch.
Leech.
Yeah, Leech.
Leech.
EBZ's gonna kill you.
Why does he have anything against me?
I don't know. Does he?
I mean, he got in my face the other night because we had this party. I invited you to it.
Oh yeah.
But it was just whatever.
Too much
man.
clout.
You got stuff going on. Whatever. I just wanted to extend the invite if you want to come.
Just kidding.
Adrian Chin was there, and
you got a hard on for him or what?
I think he's cool. I don't know. He's a nice guy.
You met a member of the media that you like.
Yeah, he's a nice guy.
You don't trust the media?
Do I trust him or the media in general?
Do you just not trust the media in general?
I watch a lot of stuff on Vice. Do you like Vice? I don't know.
Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah, I don't know. That's what I usually watch.
They do some good stuff.
But I try not to get too into the politics and stuff and world affairs. It just makes me feel just the negative energy and
Did
stuff.
you vote?
I voted for Bernie, and then I moved to. I saw a big speech where he did in Indiana. There were 10,000 people there. That's pretty good for Indiana.
How do you feel about our current commander in chief?
Well, I think if Democrats council would have ran Bernie instead of Hillary, that I think he would have beat Trump. Because he had like a huge grassroots movement. There was people that didn't like Hillary that didn't like Trump or Hillary that liked Bernie.
Yeah, he definitely got scammed out of the fucking nomination.
Yeah.
But who knows how
And that
would
bird landed on his podium. Come on, man. That was like awesome. The bird, man. The bird. Birds don't
Do you
lie.
consider yourself a real Bernie bro?
I wouldn't say I'm a Bernie bro.
You ever go to a rally?
Well, I was saying I went to his speech. I went to see him speak.
That's a bridge I've never crossed. I've never been to any sort of political gathering.
Well, I live streamed it too, so it's content.
I respect people who take part in that part of our political discourse, who like go to events and protest and hold signs, but I can't help but think.
I volunteered at election polls before for my teacher.
To do that, you have to be a fucking loser, right? Like, you have to have nothing going on.
I just said that I did that.
That's what I think, though, when I see Charlottesville everybody involved. I'm like, don't you have something to do?
Yeah. I mean, some of the people I guess don't.
I've kind of like thought about going on a slut walk. And by the way, I got something caught in my throat during that. And it's still kind of there. But
Have some water.
I thought about going on the fucking slut walk like many years. I think that would be really fun.
That'd be good content. Why not?
You should go.
I would love to. I went to the Gay Pride Parade in New York and Chicago and Denver. It's great content. Those people love partying.
All the right-wing people go there and just troll people on camera and get clips.
Oh, I'll troll the Christians that are with their signs and stuff like that. I'll interview them. And
You consider yourself a troll?
I've done some pretty good trolling. I trolled the Trump protest recently. I had over 3,000 viewers on that live stream, and I wore a "Make America Great Again" hat. I'm not a Trump supporter by any means, but I just played one that I told my stream, hey, I'm gonna play a Trump supporter today.
Oh, that's
So
cool.
I was
I like
in
that.
USA Today, New York Times, and
I don't think I could get away with that, though.
Jimmy Kimmel, just as a Trump supporter.
I don't think people would think it was funny if I did that. I feel like it would probably blow up in my face.
Well, now they're using my face for Occupy Democrats as the face of the Trump supporters. So they have 7.5 million followers on Facebook, and my face is being used a lot on these memes and stuff.
Why?
Because they just got it off of Google, and
You just stood out to them. I was like,
they probably got so many hits on the internet. That picture from Ice Poseidon's Reddit,
right,
that it's probably one of the first things you put as like Trump supporter or MAGA or something. It's coming up hot, and it was on USA Today.
I'm gonna be honest. I feel like when I look at Ice's Reddit now, I feel like my popularity rank has gone up quite a bit. I feel like they actually fuck with me now.
People love you, Adam.
You think?
I like you.
I feel like at first though, when I started like doing anything with Ice, that whenever I would see it, it would just be a bunch of people being like, "Fuck this fucking dickhead, Lil Pump, SoundCloud, blah blah blah."
Well, they hate everyone at first. There's like a proving time where you have to prove yourself, and then they judge whether, and then they wait for you to do like anything that they see is immoral or anything, and then they just like shit on you and try to like bury you.
Do you feel like you're currently in good standings with the community for the most part?
Right now I am, but people still bring up the time when there was a homeless guy sleeping on Hollywood Boulevard. He had an open pizza box, and I was like, "Free pizza," and freaking ate the slice of pizza. And then people were like, "You stole pizza from a homeless guy," and I was like, I asked him if he said it was okay, and he was like, "Oh, yeah, it's okay." And he said it was cool, man. Like, what are you talking about? I was like, "Yeah, it's fucking good, man. Eat it, boy." So people still bring that up. They bring up this girl, Patricia, that I met at a Tommy's, and I bought her a strawberry shake, and then she looked a little different. I think she might have had like, I don't know, she might have had like a little mental slowness going on or something. But I was like drunk, and I was like, let's talk to this girl. I'm live streaming, like, hell yeah. And she was like, do you want to talk to me on a live stream? If they say yes, I'm going to talk to that person. Definitely. So I'm talking to her. I buy her, like, what kind of shake do you want? She's like, I want strawberry. So I get her a strawberry.
So you're saying you didn't know that she was fucking handicapped?
Well, I mean, I thought she was a little odd, but I wasn't going to ask her.
I mean, there's a fine line, though, because it kind of depends on how you act. If you act like it's a fucking joke and you're, like, making fun of her, then people are going to be pissed. If you act like you're just doing something nice for this poor fucking girl. Then...
Yeah, I just talked to her, and then I was kind of flirting with her. I was like, oh, you're cute. What's up? You want to hang out?
Well, that might be the line that's kind of weird.
Well, so we're talking, and I was like, oh, you're very pretty. And she's like, you're pretty, too. And, like, I was like, my shoulders hurt, my neck hurts. Like, could you give me a massage? And she starts giving me a massage, and this guy in the corner is like, that'll be $40. And I was like, $40 for what? She's like, for my charge. Like, $40. I was like, you do that, Patricia? She's like, yes, I do that. So
this
she was
all
a
happened
prostitute.
on stream.
She was a prostitute.
On stream, this happened.
So, like, people, like, think I'm a scumbag because I was like, now she's trying to pick me up and
you really think
to get
she
money
was
off
a handicapped prostitute?
I swear to God, Adam.
Oh,
I have
Lord.
it on I have it on my YouTube channel.
What do I search on YouTube to find this?
It's called Burger and Patricia.
Oh, my God, bro.
And so then I'm talking to her. I'm like, you do that? I was like, oh, no, Patricia, I thought you're such a nice girl. She's like, I'm real nice. I'm like, damn. I was like, I can't believe you do this. And
that really brings up such an interesting issue of, like, what level somebody has to be on for it to be immoral for you to have sex with them. Because a lot of people are just straight up dumb.
She definitely had a lot more wits about her than like some of the people drunk at clubs, I would say, as far as she's like.
That's a weird one.
Her clothes were all clean. She was well showered. She didn't have an odor or anything. A guy made sure she cleaned up, or someone did. And so then I'm talking to her, and then we end up dancing. We're dancing in Tommy's. Like, will you dance with me, Patricia? She's like, okay. And then we're like dancing. I'm like twirling her. We're dancing to the music. I think it was like, don't you forget about me or something like that. And then then I was like, what? I was like, I want to party. She's like, I want to party too. And I was like, but I live in a van. She's like, I like vans. I'm like, oh shit. And I'm like, oh no. Like, oh,
everybody in the chat's telling us to watch the video. We're not going to do that. We're going to get claimed, bruh.
And I was like, oh, I can't do. I was like, I can't do this, Patricia. The chat, they would just think bad of me or something. I can't do it. And then the pimp's like, I got some good ass OG, bro. So then I end up going outside and smoking a blunt with her and her pimp outside. And then they go off on their own and do whatever. And then I just like went the other way, and that was the end.
What pisses people off about this?
Well, now they say that like I lure mentally handicapped girls, or I fuck retarded women, or stuff like that, like Burger Van's retards and people.
I mean, that does sound pretty bad. When
I
you
know,
put it like that.
but I never even fucked this chick. You can even see it on the stream. It was last year sometime, but
that sounds amazing. Honestly, like, I mean, all right.
I have had some crazy streams.
Okay.
We did like a Nightcrawler stream where there were 2 helicopters because there was with this transgender person, and they got assaulted, and then I was like, hey, leave her alone, and then they came after me and this other transgender girl that I just met, and then they beat us up, and then the girl I was with, she ran off, then I got beat up by like some random dude's like, oh, I'm gonna hit this dude too, why not? So like 4 dudes are hitting me over by like the Highland train stop over there.
On stream.
Yeah, on stream.
And they didn't take the camera.
And then we went, well, they kicked it, and then I grabbed the camera, and then found this girl again, and then we reported to the cops. The cops come, they bring 2 helicopters. We end up tracking down both the guys, and they both went to jail for, like, you know, messing with the transgender people and stuff.
Wow.
Like harassing them, and they spit on them and stuff like that.
Would you ever have sex with a trans person?
Again?
Wait, that's so.
No, okay.
You haven't?
Well... no, I haven't. But some guy did give me head once, but I told him I'm not gay. I'm not gonna come, and I didn't come. So confirmed not gay.
How did that happen?
Was on a lot of coke and a lot of Molly and a lot of just drunk on whiskey. Girlfriend just broke up with me. Guy started like making out with me and grabbing my dick and stuff, and I was just in a
Where?
It was just at a Dream Hotel in Manhattan. I was in a real dark place, Adam. God, I wish you would have been there to like talk me out of it.
Chris
Hey, what's
is
up,
just
Chris?
looking at him like, what the fuck?
Good time to come in here. Okay, this interview's over.
What's up with you and Ice? You both are on this shit. He's talking
that
about.
was one time, man. I didn't come. He came, dude.
Bro, and you know what's weird though is that I totally think it's 100% cool to be gay, but then also when someone I regard to be heterosexual, it just reveals that he had like one gay experience, it just makes me like, oh wow, what the, like my high school instincts just come back, and I'm like, bro, what the, oh, dude. But then at the same time, I know I have gay friends who fuck men. That's all they do.
I was like watching straight porn while he's like giving me head. I was like, this isn't doing. I don't know. I think I was just on too much coke. I couldn't stay hard, is what there really was.
Right. Have you ever really watched gay porn?
Have you?
Yeah.
I've watched gay porn before. It doesn't really do it for me though.
It was only one time. And what happened was I
prefer brunettes and like doggy style scenes.
I'm gonna name the person who showed it to me because I can, because it's funny. Is there's this old hardcore band called On Broken Wings, and I used to hang out with this fucking singer of the band. I still talk to him once in a while. We don't have in years. It's dude John Blake, and he was on the fucking subway going to our friend's house to hang out with us, and he found this fucking videotape, and he could tell it was porn. He puts it in. It's gay porn. We watched it.
He's like, oh, what's this?
We watched probably like 10 minutes just cringing and laughing our asses off. And
was it like the old school style?
I mean, it was on a
80s,
fucking
90s?
VHS tape, so it was pretty old. Yeah, it was just like super weird.
Working on your car, Danny? Yeah, Bryce. Wow. Do you need a big wrench? Yeah, I do need a big wrench. Will it fit my socket? I think so. Ratchet it on there, pal.
It's probably like one of the hardest I've ever laughed in my life was watching that. Why does everybody keep saying Versace jacket?
Oh, talk about the Versace jacket.
Yeah, what happened?
Well, Andy Monakas had this Versace jacket he really liked a lot, and apparently it cost $2,000. And one night he was out with Dankwan in Little Tokyo. I just happened to be down there too, hanging out with my friend Bone Clinks that does Twitch streaming. And I guess Andy decided, some homeless guy said he was cold, so Andy's like, yo, I'm going to give you my Versace jacket. It's a $2,000 jacket, homie. And, like, gives the guy his jacket on stream. And I see the guy 10 minutes later around the corner, and he's like, this is Andy's jacket. I'm like, awesome, dude. I was like, yeah, I've seen Andy wear that. I was like, if you want to sell it, I'll give you $40 right now. He's like, nah, man, I'm going to keep this jacket. He's like, this is nice. Then, like, an hour later, he comes and finds me. He's like, dude, I thought about it. He had, like, his, like, crackhead friend with him. They were, like, all like, yeah. And his friend's like, yeah, tell him you want the money. And he's like, I thought about it. I'll sell it for $50. So I'm like, all right, fuck
Negotiating.
it. So I go out to the ATM. I get out $60. I give him $60 for it. That's 10 more than you wanted,
right.
And he's not going to get $2,000 out of it. You can't even get $2,000. You wouldn't. It's not worth $2,000 now. You know, it's some used jacket. I don't know what it would be secondhand or something, but I don't know, $300-400 or something.
So they think you did something fucked up.
Well, I bought the jacket, and then I guess Andy was in my chat and donated, like, if you buy the jacket, I will never talk to you again, because I have, like, the text-to-speech thing. And I was like, oh, that's, how do I even know that's really Andy? That could be anybody. And then he kept doing it. It's me, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, well, Andy, this is a good opportunity. It's a $60 jacket. If I don't buy it off of him, someone else is just going to buy it, and it's going to get all messed up. Right. So I bought the jacket, and then Andy was really mad, and he was just, like, going off on these rants about what a scummy person I am, that I ripped this homeless guy off all this money or whatever. But because Andy, in his mind's thinking he gave the guy $2,000. But actually, you know, if he said, too, he didn't want to wear it because he lived in Skid Row, and he would get jumped for wearing it.
Someone said 4D chess.
4D chess.
How did that come up?
Well, the people call me the 4D chess wizard because of that jacket. Because, like, everyone's like, yeah, that was awesome. But then I kind of, like, then I did a big stream with, I was wearing the jacket everywhere, and it was just kind of like a freaking
You
cool
in a Versace
thing.
jacket alone is funny.
Yeah, it was like, and I washed it in, like, the regular laundry mat, like we're homeless people, and people live in vans, go to clean their clothes, and just washed it in the regular dryer. It's supposed to be dry clean only, but
you know what's crazy is that always happens. Because, like, I had this iPod back in the day, 10 years ago. I had an iPod. I gave it to my friend Kareem J. Williams. He's like poor as fuck, so I was just like, you know, I've been using this. Like, I know you need one.
We can't see your face on my stream. Let's see.
Fuck your stream burger. So I fucking
wow. Adam.
Actually,
these are my burger buddies.
Fuck them. Fuck all of you. And so I sell him the fucking iPod. I give him the iPod, and then he just immediately sells it to Alfredo for like $30. Which, of course, because he didn't really want the iPod. That's the problem with giving somebody a gift that's out of their pay grade. Is that they're realistically just because that guy. The thing is, if you didn't buy it,
opportunist.
If you didn't buy it, what's he gonna do? He's gonna go to fucking Buffalo Exchange. He's gonna have to wait till fucking 9 a.m, and he's gonna go to Buffalo Exchange. He's probably gonna get a lot more than $60 for it.
Maybe.
I mean, if it's
or
actually,
they might not buy it off of him because they're like, oh, you know. He said by the time he has it, by the end of the night, he's gonna have cigarette burns and all kinds of shit fucked up on it and stuff.
Well, that is a good point, but at the same time,
he said he would get jumped in Skid Row wearing it.
I mean, if it's really worth $2,000, I feel like Buffalo Exchange might give you a couple hundred. I mean, they are really cheap, but still, they probably
or
they
Crossroads.
Some store has to know a good deal when it walks in, even if it's obviously stolen.
Well, I got a good deal with $60, so it's my jacket now, and I let a lot of people wear it when I meet people from my Discord. I let them wear it, and I got a picture of my mom wearing it, and basically a lot of people I meet, like, oh, they all want to wear the Versace jacket, so it's just kind of fun.
Right.
But it sucks. I still am not really that great of friends with Andy because of this jacket, which is kind of lame.
He just doesn't fuck with you?
Yeah, not anymore after that.
How do you feel about that?
That sucks because we used to hang out quite a bit.
Yeah.
And I like Andy. He's a cool guy.
Right.
But sometimes he just will
go.
go.
I like Andy.
He can give me. He seems to want to give me a lot of criticism and stuff sometimes, and some of it I need. But it's some of it too is like you don't tell me about it on the live stream and belittle me or try to make yourself like have a higher status above me. You know, just tell me that shit like between us or something if you're really trying to help me. You don't need to do that on blast in front of like 2,000 or 3,000 people. You know, it's just kind of humiliating and degrading.
But that kind of is what streaming is just like you guys are all just living your lives for content turning your lives into content, the drama between you is content. Do you feel like a line was crossed or what?
Well, he was just mad about the jacket, and I guess that. And then another time I saw him downtown in Hollywood after I did this 24-hour staying in my van stream with Ice Poseidon. We ended up making $12,600. And then
how much of that does he give to you?
Well, we made a deal that he would give me 50% if we used my van, because I want to make sure he didn't get swatted or something get fucked up in the van, because I've seen enough of his streams to be concerned.
Right. Why the fuck would he give you 50%? I'd offer you like 20.
We end up, we end up, the van was like kind of the thing, 'cause there was a huge meme with Hampton Brandon saying to flip the van and fuck burger and all this stuff. So it was like everybody wanted to see him. It was kind of a punishment for him too, because of him doing something with Caroline or lying to the community or something like that.
Is he still dating her?
I haven't seen her around. He says he's not, so I think he's done with her as far as I know.
Interesting.
But so we, after, YouTube takes 30% of the donations, so we both end up getting $5,800 from the 24-hour stream. So it was pretty good for both of us.
How much does that mean to you? How much money do you have right now?
And that was like the most he'd ever made on one stream until that point too.
How much money do you have to your name right now?
Well, until I paid for a couple, I think I have like $8,000 right now.
Wow. Well, safety net.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I had to put, since somebody stole Paul's debit card and $500 cash in Vegas, and one of the we were getting these penthouse suites. This guy named Charlie, he was getting all these from the boxing thing. He was getting all these penthouse suites and stuff, and one of them, I had to put one of them on my card, and then this security deposits, it was like $850 for the security deposit. It hasn't like came back to my card yet, but like fingers crossed. I guess it takes a couple days. Like hope nothing was broke in that room or.
This is such an amazing cheat code. I need to do this for every other interview, because I just am seeing like people are just telling me what to ask, and then you tell me the stories, and it's like, why don't I do this for every interview?
I don't know, Adam. Why don't you?
I don't know. It's a good idea, because it just like I kind of don't have to like think.
Is this the chat from? Oh, you're Adam22. Oh, just seeing it here.
Yeah,
that's better.
Everybody wants to hear the Doc story. What happened with him?
Oh, Dr. Disrespect? Yeah, you've heard of him, right?
Yeah.
He's huge on Twitch.
The guy who cheated on his wife is basically all I know about him.
Well, that's what they say, that I kind of exposed him some way or another. I went to TwitchCon. I'm live streaming TwitchCon. I'm at TwitchCon. There's all these streamers, but all these people are video game streamers and stuff. They don't do IRL. They just sit in their bedrooms and stuff. A lot of them are extremely introverted and stuff, or they don't want to be seen drinking at a party or whatever because of their image and their brand or whatever. They don't want to taint their brand, da-da-da. So I'm just going around live streaming anybody, trying to find anyone of like merit or like whatever I can interview and stuff, trying to like find something interesting at TwitchCon. I end up bumping into Dr. Disrespect at some random bar. I didn't even really know who he is. I don't watch people play video games and stuff. I'd just rather do something else. But I was like, oh, what's your name? He's like, oh, you're doing a live stream there? Like he approached me. I'm like, yeah, I'm just doing a live stream on YouTube. He's like, cool. How many viewers do you have? I was like, 700. He's like, oh, that's pretty good, man. I was like, cool. Do you do any streaming? It's TwitchCon's going on at the convention. I was like, yeah, I do. I go by Dr. Disrespect. I'm like, oh, I've heard of you, man. I saw H3 tweeted a picture of you or something, retweeted something.
Well, he was huge, right?
Yeah, he was getting like 100,000 viewers and stuff like that.
What does he even do? He plays video games?
Deals. Yeah, he played like PUBG and Fortnite, I think.
Right.
So I was like, oh, if you ever want to collaborate or anything, he's like, oh, well, we'll see, whatever, kind of like, whatever. And then I'm just like, oh, this guy's like pretty famous. So I'm like, just like having a beer and then like having him in the background. I'm like, it's Dr. Disrespect, guys, like whatever. And then they're trying to like, they leave the bar closed in like 5 minutes or something from that point. And they're all trying to figure out where they're going. And I was seeing if I could go like hang out with them, party in a hotel room or something, just, keep the party going, go have some drinks, and kind of waiting for them to, whatever, like, hey, can I party with you guys? And then he was talking to some girl, and then all of a sudden he walks over and was like, don't you ever record me again. Get that camera out of my face right now, or I'm going to, like, he's like threatening me, like he's going to beat my ass or something if I don't get the camera off of him.
He knows how live streaming works, right? You think he knew that you were live?
Yeah, he knew I was live,
right.
But then I'm just like, So then I left, and then I just like I was really drunk, and then kind of got like embarrassed. And then I just started like crying and stuff. Like he was such a fucking asshole. Like fuck him.
Yeah.
So I'm like crying, real drunk. I was like, man, I just want to make some friends. Like fuck those people. They think they're too cool to hang out with me. And then I was like, maybe he didn't want me to film him because he's married and has a kid, and maybe he didn't want me to be filmed like flirting with that girl.
How do you know that's true?
Well, I know he has like a wife and a kid just from.
I thought you didn't know that much about him.
Well, I know that he's married and has a kid and stuff because like I knew like I don't really watch his streams, but I know like I try to have like a moderate base of.
I don't feel that much sympathy for him because it's like if you're famous, like in that community in particular, at this thing that is like about that community.
Don't flirt with people in public.
I mean, you can flirt with them or whatever, but it's like if you do anything incriminating, I mean, you fucking did that in public, and like people are live streaming. Like I would never, I'm fucking too well known to go out and do that. Like it's stupid.
Well, and you don't need to cheat on your girlfriend because like you guys have like can work something out probably.
Let's say, babe, let's get freaky.
Kendra's coming over tonight.
You saw that one?
Yeah, I met Kendra. I met her in Carmen Caliente on a hike in some random like Topanga.
I noticed that Carmen follows me the other day.
She's banging too. She's really nice.
Oosh.
I ended up seeing them at a porn Halloween party last year.
Well, the funny thing about Kendra is I hit her up because she did the live stream with me or podcast with me and Lil Xan and Lena and everything.
She's so chill. Like I like her as a person.
But dude, I hit her up. I go, yo, are you down to do this thing where we fucking surprise my girlfriend and have a threesome or whatever? She's like, yes, I'm down. I'm like, all right, cool. Meet me Wednesday at 4 p.m. She shows up Wednesday, 4 p.m. Shows up perfectly on time. We go and hook up with my girl, but like the whole time, bro, she's so quiet and just weird. Like it's so awkward having a conversation. But then, bro, she just tells me like, oh, I ate an edible.
Oh, so she was just like really stoned.
I'm like, holy shit, why the fuck did you eat an edible to make a YouTube video?
Yeah, she looked really nervous on the video, I noticed.
She was just hot. Dude.
She didn't say much.
You ever eat an edible?
Yeah,
it's like the most antisocial fucking feeling.
You just don't want to eat too much, like 20 milligrams.
I've eaten way too much. I've eaten fucking like a weed cookie and just gone to the bar and just felt like I was gonna fucking kill myself. Just
trip out.
You
can start hallucinating.
Just gave me crazy ass anxiety, bro.
Can we smoke one of those?
I don't really smoke the joint ones, to be honest, but I can have them raw blunt. That's normally what we smoke.
Really? Do you mind if I smoke one?
I'll go crazy burger.
What is this Chief Keef edition? Chief and Keef.
I don't think it's actually a Chief Keef brand collab. It's just a Bearwood that's called Chief and Keef. Everybody wants to hear you talk about clotheslining a girl. What happened with that?
Well,
like that's literally the entire chat, so I kind of have to say something.
It is.
It's not like it's one person either. Well, it's Adam, everyone.
All right, so I met this guy. I was going down to 700 Degrees Pizza downtown just to get a pizza, and I saw a homeless guy pass it on the grate, and I was just like, hey man, what's going on? Like, are you hungry? Like, I'll buy you some food. He's like, all right. So I hang out with the guy. His name is Carl. So I'm hanging out with Carl. We get Carl a couple beers. My friend Bone Clinks comes down. We're hanging out. Get Carl a pizza. Eats a couple slices. We're hanging out. Then we have some leftover pizza, and we leave and outside like chilling, like smoking one, and then this girl comes up, and I gave her friends, I was like, you guys want some pizza? We got some leftover pizza. And her friends had some pizza, like, yeah, sure, give us a slice. So I gave them a slice, they're eating the pizza, and then their other friend was like this ratchet chick. She's like, no, I don't want your fucking pizza, fuck you. Like, she's from Texas and like super aggro, like right from the beginning. I was like, what, your friends wanted some? She was like, get your fucking pizza, like fucking threw the pizza all
She drunk or something?
Yeah, she was wasted, and she just threw the pizza back at me, and it just went all over my fucking shirt.
Wow.
And then I'm just like, what the fuck, bitch? You just threw fucking pizza all over me. Like, I was trying to be nice and, like, offer you pizza. Your friends wanted some. They told me to offer you a slice. And then she was fucking running her mouth, just saying she's going to fucking run up on me. And then she fucking comes at me. I push her away from me because she's like coming at me like, oh, you call me a bitch and shit? Like, fuck you. I'll knock you the fuck out. All this shit. And she came at me. I push her away from me. I'm streaming, and it looked like I clotheslined this girl or something. Someone's like pushing her away. I run the opposite way away from her. to get away from it. So I'm not gonna like fucking fight some girl or something.
Especially on stream.
Yeah, so I got the fuck out of there. Get out of there, and then I run up the block and end up meeting some guy, and he bums me a cigarette and hanging out, and then I end up going back later and meeting back up with Carl. And Carl's and when I'm running away, the funny thing was I forgot. When I'm running away, I'm like, Carl, grab the pizza, Carl. So I'm like, Carl, I gotta go, grab the pizza. So then I see Carl like 3 or 4 hours. I end up going to my friend's house. We hang out for 4 or 5 hours. Then as I'm walking back home later, I see Carl. He's like out panhandling and shit. I'm like, what's up, Carl? Like, and he still had the pizza. Why
didn't he eat it, you think?
He gave the pizza to me. He said he didn't like it that much. It was too greasy.
Oh.
And then I ended up hanging out with Carl, and I took him to the Red Bull soapbox racer thing that they had up in the mountains. And we went and did a live stream of that together. We took an Uber out there, and I partied with Carl like all day that day.
Do you think people like just automatically assume guilt when they see you interacting with the homeless?
Well, I mean, I'm living in a van, and technically by LA housing standards, I am homeless.
Yeah, like on the spectrum of like rich to homeless.
There's like the streets.
You're like here.
Yeah. Here's where I think is like
this is like normal person with a job and like a career and everything's going good. But you do have like $8,000. That's not bad, man.
Yeah,
I mean, and
I'm
you
trying
have
to save, that's
you have a
why.
fucking career. How much do you make on average per month?
Well, I was making about $4,000 a month, but then I left LA, and then Paul got mad because I don't know. I got a big head about my shoulders last time. I got a big ego. I talked a bunch of shit to Andy Molinakis after the van stream, and because he was all saying stuff about that jacket still, and I was just like, and it was kind of funny because he was in character as this guy, like wearing overalls, saying his name was Randy, his cousin Randy. So I was just like, but your cousin Andy, he all this. So we were like talking to each other like in different characters. I talked a lot.
Ice
of
got
shit.
pissed off. Ice got sick of you.
Well, I think I just got too big of an ego, and then he asked me to get paper towels when he had these people in his closet, like someone puked, and it was half a mile away, and I'd already been out for like 8 hours that day, and I was just like, can you just Postmates it or something, or just use the kid's shirt that puked or something? Like, I'm freaking tired. I've been out for 8 hours, and I was just like, I just don't want to do it, you know? Like, there's people sitting around doing nothing that hadn't been doing shit for 8 hours all day. I was like, I'm tired. I'm going home and went to bed. And then everybody got mad at me that like, oh, you're so rude that he did so much for you and he made you and you wouldn't even go get paper towels for him. But I just felt like it was a fool's errand. Like there's all these other people, you know, like Mexican Andy sitting there on his phone doing nothing. Like I'm going to bed. Like I'd done shit all day. Like, I don't know. I guess I should have got the paper towels, but you know, it's just people really that. And then after that, he took me off of the LA streamer thing and then off of his Reddit and Discord and stuff, and it was a big hurt on me.
Took you off all that stuff. How do you feel about that now since you're staying with him?
I'm still kicked off of live stream fells for scripting content when I faked that I worked at a car wash one day. I told Paul that I quit live streaming because someone...
You did?
Yeah, I played a prank on him and told him I was like, guys...
And he believed you that you just went and got a job at the car wash?
I was just getting my van washed at the car wash, and I decided to make a quick video because I put on as a joke on Discord, like, hey guys, it was a wild ride and it was fun while it lasted, but I think I'm going to retire live streaming. Like, thanks for all the support and love, you know, and maybe see you guys on another adventure or something. And then someone put it on Reddit, like, oh, we finally did it. Burger quit. It's awesome. So I decided to play it up a little bit, and I was at the car wash, and I was like, hey, guys, just, you know, pretty much said the same thing. Like, it's been a wild ride. It's fun while it lasted, but it's just too much drama. There's too much stuff. I want to get back to a normal life. I'm going to quit live streaming. Love you guys. I want to give a shout-out to all my supporters and people who have donated money and their time to watch me, and I really appreciate it. And I need to get back to work. I just started working at this car wash, and my boss says I need to get back or I'm going to get fired. So then I'm filming. There's a car wash behind me. So everyone was like, oh, Burger quit. There's a car wash. Then I went and stream snipe Paul, and I didn't have my live stream going on, and I made it seem like I just randomly ran into him at Ralph's. Yeah. And I was just like, I was watching the stream right before I came in and found out which one he was at, and then I just went to get some coconut water, and I'm in line in front of him. Then he comes in the same line I am. He's like, Burger, what are you doing? I was like, oh, I'm just getting some coconut water. What's going on, Paul? He's like, I heard you quit live streaming. He's like, yeah, I just got off work at the car wash. It was a long day of work, drying cars. I was like, the boss says if I keep it up, that I'll be able to work the automation machine soon, and I maybe won't have to dry cars for so long with the towels. They're like, that's cool, Burger. Like, it's not for everybody. And then I was like, do you guys need a ride anywhere or whatever? Because they Ubered there. He's like, yeah, fuck it. So we got in the van, and I gave him a ride and a bunch of people in the van. And then we were just making tacos that day. So we were making street tacos. And then I called my friend Dean, and I was like, all right, Dean, I need you to call me when I'm with him on the stream making the tacos and say that you're the manager from the car wash and yell at me and say that I got fired for sticking my dick in the vacuum cleaner. So he calls. He's like, Burger, this is your boss. You're fucking fired. I'm getting all these calls that you stuck your penis in the vacuum cleaner hose. You're fired. You're fired. And then Paul hears that and he's like, oh shit, looks like you're back to live streaming. And then I thought it was really funny, but then this guy that video records with him, he was like the only one that really believed. They're like, no way, there's no way fucking Burger quit live streaming to car wash. But this one guy that doesn't like me, his name's Victor, he was the one that believed it the most. He was like, I believe him, I think he really started working. And then he got mad that I pranked them or whatever. And then he made a recording of me that's saying like, oh yeah, I just made that up, it was just like a fun little joke, like a little comedy bit thing. And he put it on live stream fellas, and then they used that to ban me for scripted content.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's unfortunate. But you are on the CX Network homepage.
Yeah, that's been great this last couple weeks.
Yeah, I'm very thankful for whatever viewers I get from that.
Yeah, you had an increase too, I noticed.
Yeah, I would say for sure. It's been weird though, because I'm currently I can't stream from No Jumper. I got to stream on my Adam22 channel.
Are you at 1 million now on No Jumper, or like 1.1 or something?
No Jumper's at 2.1.
Oh, you're 2? Damn.
And then Adam22 channel is currently at 550K, which, by the way, subscribe.
Did you ever get your gold plaque?
I do have the gold plaque.
Oh, just at home?
But they wouldn't give me the 100K plaque for the Adam22 channel. I don't know why.
Because it was too easy to get it for a second?
I don't know. Or maybe because...
second channel?
I feel like it could have something to do with the fact that I uploaded all these vlogs from the porn awards. That have I turned off the monetization and everything, which they're up, but I guess some people might be upset about that at YouTube.
That's silly, because there's a ton of weird videos on YouTube.
It took a lot of work to keep those vlogs censored enough that they could even be on YouTube. I feel like if you went and tried to live stream at the porn awards, you would definitely get banned.
Yeah, I live streamed at Adult Con, and I pretty much, most of the camera angle was under my chin, to the ceiling, because I had to make sure, because there's iPads everywhere, chicks getting dicks in the ass and stuff.
Yeah. One thing I think is funny is that all the male porn stars, you can tell who's a male porn star because they just don't have a shirt.
They're all very waxed and whatnot.
Usually pretty ripped as well, yeah. But I just think it's funny that they don't have a shirt, and that means they're a porn star.
Have you ever thought about being a male porn star if you get tired of this rap interview thing?
You don't, as a regular male porn star, you don't make any fucking money. If for me doing it, I could definitely make some fucking money, but I don't really want to. It's probably not the best option that I have right now.
So I'll be guilty. I checked out your video on Pornhub.
You like that?
Yeah, dude, you're fucking bringing her.
Yeah, you like my penis, I guess, is the question I want to know.
You were working it, Adam. You did really good. I was proud of you.
Talk about the dick specifically, though. What do you think of my penis?
It looked thick. It looked veiny. It looked like you didn't have any problems keeping it erect. You definitely had some power thrust behind those hips.
Thank you.
I'd just like to see you be a little more tender. You're just wham, bam, 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 fuck it, but maybe rub that clit a little bit.
My girlfriend would probably agree with that as well.
Rub that clit a little bit. Massage the breasts. Kiss the side of her neck as you're mounting her.
I know. I agree. I could be a more tender lover. I could.
Chris just walked out and was just no.
I could probably.
No.
I could probably take more time, instead of just sort of just banging it out. Swallow this nut. Boom.
I like I like to do a lot of edging and stuff. Just get to the brink and cool it off.
How long would you describe your average sexual encounter being, though?
Well, if it's a girl I really like, I usually want to fuck for at least 30, 40 minutes, an hour, something like that.
Yeah, that's kind of long, but that's solid.
Well, it's more exciting too. The first encounters and stuff, and then stuff's kind of like gets a little routine.
How
Possibly.
often you really like have sex? Honestly,
I got laid in Vegas, and I got laid a week before that, but I'd had a period of a drought for a while before that.
Do you put much effort into getting laid?
I mean, I don't go to the gym, so not that much effort.
Do you not care about your physical appearance, or do you just happen to be a fat ass?
I do. I lost a lot of weight at one point in New York. I was riding my bicycle across the Williamsburg Bridge and riding up to...
Love that one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite bridges to ride over.
That's the bomb.
Good view. And then you get to the apex and just ride down like a little roller coaster. It's fun. And you're so tired. You're like,
riding
oh,
up it is brutal,
Yeah.
but very manageable. And then riding down is just the best.
The first time's always the hardest, and then that's what I tell myself every time I do it. It's like, it's just going to be that much easier the next time. And then I got to the point where I could just like huff and puff, just like stand and power right over it eventually.
We should do a vlog or a live stream where we run a train on like a girl.
Who?
I don't know, probably a girl from the stream, just like some hoe.
Who, us? Me and you?
Me, you, Ice, EBZ, Hampton.
Oh, I wouldn't want to do that. My mom and stuff, she's like a big fan of the show. So
We're not going to show it on camera. Or we could show it on
shout outs to my mom. She's a big fan of No Jumper.
Is she?
Yeah, she's always like, balling like an athlete, but got no jumper. She's like, make sure you tell him, Josh.
That's amazing.
She does it.
Wow. I feel like I don't have a lot of like mom fans. It's
Well,
usually
she's
like
just a fan of me. I told her I was doing No Jumper. She's like, oh, that's good. And she started watching some of your videos. She watches random ice videos and stuff.
yeah. Well, what's funny from my perspective is that like anytime I meet like not anytime, but a huge percentage of like older people in the industry that I meet who are like, they've summoned me to their office or they meet me at a party where it's always, yeah, man, my fucking 10-year-old, man, he loves your shit. He's obsessed with you. Even Boosie was basically just saying that, but about Lil Blurry.
Yeah, my cousins, niece, and nephews, they're all into Jake Paul and stuff like that. Like 5 years old, like, it's every day, bro, and stuff like that.
He's 5.
Yeah, and he's like watching these guys like Logan Paul. That's their demographic, actually. It's like really young kids.
Dude,
So-
5 seems way too young
For
to be
the stuff?
watching that.
I know.
I'm thinking
So,
like 6, 7.
I was live streaming.
maybe-
I'm like, I'm on YouTube, and my viewers started donating, saying like, "This is Jake Paul. Like, what up, kid? Make sure to do your homework and all this stuff." I ended up making probably $100 off of fake Jake Paul and Logan Paul donations that time.
wow.
It was awesome. Like, oh, it's Jake Paul, and he's like, "It's Jake Paul, yeah!" Like these kids were just going ape shit. Like, it's Logan Paul, mommy. It's Logan. He's coming.
Did you break it to him that it wasn't?
No, we just, I don't know. He still believes, that motherfucker still believes in Santa, Adam. He is gullible.
Oh, man, it's
Still
so
believes in
scary.
Santa.
If you still believe in Santa, the internet must seem like such a fucking scary place. Because you could just turn any random corner and just find out Santa's not real.
I feel like Santa's such bullshit. Why do we, why do...
Oh, I
and
feel
now they
that way
have the
too.
elf on the shelf, and it's just like another bullshit thing. Like, don't touch it or it loses its powers.
Listen, I'm not going to... I believe that I will raise my kid to think that Santa is just a story and not a real thing. I
Yeah.
think it's weird to just lie to your kid and just have them find out when they're fucking 11.
Yeah.
Like it's an
The
okay
tooth fairy, everything.
It's well, yeah, but it's okay to like say that stuff. I don't know, maybe to like a certain age, but I don't want my like 11-year-old
Thinking
still
there's
believing
really
in Santa.
giant bunnies bringing you eggs.
You
Like,
know, I feel
why,
like
Daddy?
you only have so many times you can betray your kid, right?
Yeah, and that's just like right out of the gate, like huge lies.
It's betrayal. Yeah.
Like everything I've known then you like at 6 you're like, okay, everything you know is a lie. This isn't your mom, this is your your stepmom, your mom, she's in a mental asylum.
Yeah.
I'm actually a cyborg, like your brothers are holograms.
I mean, there's a variety of
God.
reasons why your kids don't believe anything you say. Like you tell your kids, like, oh, like all this stuff about sex. Don't have sex. Sex is bad. And then they find out sex is actually great and really fun.
Yeah.
And then it's like, boom, there's a divide. You know your parents have
Yeah.
been lying to you your whole life.
Yeah.
You tell them don't do drugs. They realize, oh, every single rapper in the entire world is talking about drugs. Maybe drugs are great. Maybe my dad's just a fucking loser.
That's deep, Adam.
There's just a lot of these things piled upon each other that then eventually make your kid think that you're a fucking douchebag. And that's why Boosie's kids are probably always going to think he's tight because he's not really going to be able to get away from keeping it real with him to a certain extent. But who knows?
How many kids does Boosie have?
He said 8.
Holy cow.
Yeah.
8 is enough. That's like damn, that's a reality show right there.
He served 5 years for a murder at the beginning of his
That
career.
nice gentleman I met outside?
Actually, okay, to be specific, he was charged with a murder, but he beat the murder, but he actually still served like 4 or 5 years for, he was like held for that period of time, but then it was also just like pounds of weed, transporting weed, that kind of thing.
You said murder like 10 times.
I mean,
What?
I encourage you to read up on Lil Boosie because it's quite the fucking story.
Wow. I was like, hey, how are you guys? And none of them said anything to me.
Well, they're in a bad mood.
Oh, I felt like such a dork.
Something bad happened. What about this mace meme? I remember that. You got mace. Who maced you?
Oh,
or no, you maced somebody.
Well, Paul when I got back to LA, it just so happens he was having this big party for his birthday.
Right.
So I went to that. Everybody was like, burgers here. Like, because it's weird online, was getting a lot of hate and a lot of people were like, fuck burger and all this stuff and like so much like just shitting on me and stuff. And then I met all these people in real life and like, man, I love your broadcast. Like, I don't know. I felt like such a hero that night. It was crazy.
Yeah, a lot of times online, you can kind of like get this idea that everybody hates you, even though in real life it's not like that at all.
Yeah.
I've been through that.
And it just really was just dragging me down. I was getting such bad anxiety and just, I don't know, it was just feeling like all my pot just.
So you're all hyped up.
Yeah, well,
And then
I don't
you
know.
mace somebody.
Oh, okay. Back to that story. Yeah, someone hyped up. It was like great party. Then this dude broke Malone. He starts like fucking just like, who wants some of this shit? And he just starts running and like punching people and like it was fucking crazy. And then there's like 4 or 5 dudes fighting. And I'm with Paul and we're just like, what the fuck? Like we're trying not to like get the cops called to this random like parking lot of some taco place down the street from where this party was. And then this guy came after me. Okay, there was this point. He was like a bunch of people, and he was punching a bunch of people, so I fucking kicked him or something while I was down, because I'm like, this guy was fucking fighting everybody, so it was fucked up. He was just punching random people and
So you
stuff.
kicked him when he was down.
I kicked him when he was down, and then he came after me later. I fucking busted out the pepper spray, boom, got him in the eyes, and then I was like, he came at me, guys. I maced him. I got him. Like, I was well within my rights. Like, you saw it. Like, the guy said he was coming at me. He's coming to hit me. Like, that's why I have this shit. I'm tired of getting hit all the time. Like, fucking having some girls jump me one night. That sucked. Like,
You maced some girls?
no, I didn't.
Everyone's saying Cole.
No, but
Cole.
Who's Cole? I got the mace because of getting beat up by these girls and then her boyfriend and his friend.
Who's Cole? What's the Cole
He's this
mace
guy
story?
that he's friends with Hampton Brandon, and he recently got like a bunch of face tattoos and stuff. You know how the kids are doing it with the
Not
face
Uber.
tattoos. I don't have any tattoos.
You don't want to get the Uber style video game controller on your face?
I don't have any tattoos. What I do have is a sweet redneck lighter burn. I'm a fucking douchebag.
That's a lighter burn?
Yeah, it does not look good, Adam.
Looks like a crater. It looks like a Hello
It
Kitty.
looks like a third nipple.
Looks like a baseball tattoo.
Look at this thing.
What the fuck is that? You just
It's
burn
like
yourself
cancer on my arm now.
You burn yourself with a lighter?
No, my friend's cousin, his name was Dave, and he was just a real bad apple. Like, he would like kill people's house cats. He was like the kid from Gummo and shit.
Holy shit.
Yeah, like just do fucking disturbing shit. Like he had all these like weird things he would tell about that he'd do. Like, he'd put little nails in a aluminum cans, like a bunch of nails, and then like hide behind a bush and wait for cars to hit the cans and get flat tires. And he would throw potatoes at people's mailboxes.
And he shot you with a rocket launcher?
No, he's like, oh, we all have cigarette burns. Let's burn you with a lighter. I'm like, okay, guys, like, I'm cool. I'm 18. I'm on a bunch of Xanax and pills and shit. I'm like, all right, guys, I want to be cool like my best friends. So they're like, he holds the lighter on there. I'm like, oh God, no, I don't want to do it. And then he's like, no, and like just holds it on there, like demented, like insane, and then is crazy fucking burn now. So and then after that, I was like, I don't want to get any tattoos or anything. I regret that thing.
Are you avoiding the Cole story right now?
Oh, so this guy,
whatever that might be. I don't know.
Well, this guy, he's always like messed up on something. I don't know, but
He's Hampton Brandon's friend.
yeah, and he's just some guy that walks around the boulevard, and sometimes he can be in a good mood. Sometimes he's just all like fucked up and wants to like fuck with people and shit like that. And he was on my stream and he was nice, and then he's like threw like $20 on the ground. He's like, "Get it, monkey," or something. He's like, "You can have it," or something. I'm like, "All right, $20, thanks, dude. I'll pick it up." And then later he's like, "Oh, I want my money back." I'm like, "All right, dude, here's your money, whatever." And then he's like, fuck with me and like knock my glasses off. And I was like, "All right, dude, like enough's enough. Like, don't fucking knock my glasses off. Like, leave me alone, you know." And then he's just trying to get in my face and stuff. I was like, "Dude, I'm gonna fucking mace you if you like fuck with me anymore." Like, I have pepper spray right here. I'm gonna mace you.
I love that you just rely on that all the time.
Well, I have a camera in one hand, Adam. Like, fuck, what am I going to do? I've got a camera in my freaking right hand. What am I freaking fighting a guy with a camera and another thing?
Mace is funny. Mace is just like a cheat code on life.
Well, I'm not trying to throw down Mr. Fisticuffs with 3 or 4 dudes, man. I don't know.
blame you, yeah.
Sometimes it's fucking rough in these streets,
And
bro.
I like it too, though, because it seems like shooting somebody is it's just too much.
Yeah, dude. I just
don't
got
wanna
my
kill
pepper
anyone.
spray, bro.
Just get the.
I got,
get outta
it
here.
might be, I might be a little bitch status, whatever, but a lot of times I'm out by myself. You know, I've got a same, you know, S8 phone. That's probably worth like $400 used or something. Like, I don't know.
You're a
People
lick.
jack you.
You're a walking lick.
Well, someone ran off with my microphone one night. Someone ran off with my vape pen. Who's like, "Oh, can I hit that shit?" And they just fucking ran off with my shit. Like, fucking just jacked my shit. Like,
That's
what the fuck?
crazy. Rob a motherfucker for a vape pen.
Yeah, I was just trying to be nice. Let him like, okay, he'll share with you.
What's
you know?
the status of your friendship with Hampton Brandon?
Well, one night he just kept harassing me and following me around the boulevard. My friend Bone Clinks was there, and this other guy Levi. And then I was like, "Dude, just leave me alone." Like, I just don't. The guy's always like picking on me and stuff, and I'm just over it. You know, I'm 36 years old. I don't think I need to have like a fucking bully and shit like fucking with me for no reason. I do nothing to this guy. I never try to perpetuate the drama with him. He always says like "fuck Burger." I never said like "fuck Brandon" or "fuck Asian Andy" or any of these other guys, because I just feel like I just want to stay positive and focus on my own shit. I try to go get people to do freestyles on the boulevard and like do dance content, do little dance battles and shit like that, like positive stuff. I'm not about going out picking fights with people, bullying people, belittling people, harassing people smaller than me and bragging about it and stealing shit and all the bad stuff, you know? I'm not down with any of that shit.
So, what, you just try to avoid Brandon, I'm guessing?
Yeah, so I'm like, leave me alone. And then I fucking just ditch them. Like, they go one way, and I fucking just start running away the other way. I don't even want to hang out with that guy. Because he's always, like, trying to start fights and shit with everybody. Then I'm just eating food at that Indian place, like Urban Masala on Hollywood Boulevard.
I've heard that place is good.
Yeah, it's decent, and it's like $7 or $8. It's great. Shout out to Urban Masala. Make sure you check them out in Hollywood. They're our sponsor. Are we going to get free food now?
2 white men in their 30s talking about Indian food.
Hello, Habibi. Don't you think your curry is hot for you? The Tandoori Boys performing live. Adam22 and Burger Planet bring you the hits.
Wow.
Turkey Durkey.
You have this whole little animated flair where you just break into these little bits, huh?
That's fun.
It's
Enjoy
fun.
it.
Yeah. It's entertaining.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm looking at the rest of how long have we been on here?
Tell them about the Bert and Ernie haircut story.
the
I
fuck
look
is
like
that?
Bert and Ernie now. I tried to do a mohawk, but then it just Bert and Ernie'd again. Freaking awful.
You fucked a hooker in Vegas?
Oh, and not confirmed.
What?
What?
Did you?
I've never paid. I paid the chicks to leave, and it's not for sex.
Right. I've never had sex with a hooker, man.
Really?
No. I want to.
We've had sex with porn stars that probably have had sex for money.
Oh, yeah,
But
absolutely.
you didn't have to pay them?
No, what I'm saying is I haven't commissioned her as a prostitute myself. Obviously, I've fucked
Well, I would
tons of
never do
women that
that.
sell pussy.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Right, Mom? Come on, Adam. You're killing me here, dude. She
Yeah.
watches the podcast.
I got head from 2 Chinese prostitutes in China, and I had a condom on.
Damn. One hung low.
Yeah,
You
Bro.
probably want to wrap that shit up, right?
their level of cleanliness, though, was like nothing I've ever experienced in my life.
Like really clean?
Bro, they take these fucking wet wipes. They clean your dick off with it. Then they put the condom on. Then they suck your dick with the condom. The other one wants to suck it. She takes the condom off, cleans your dick again with the wet wipe, puts another condom on, and then sucks it. She didn't even want to suck the same spit as her friend.
So it's kind of like NASCAR.
Bro,
like they change. We got another driver coming in.
It was so stupid, bro.
We're good. We're good. Get the mouth on the cock.
NoJumper.com. I should have probably said this in the beginning.
You got your own kendama?
We made our own, yes.
Are they called kendamas?
No Jumper. Kendamas. Now in store, bro.
Damn, you guys have taken that puzzle game to like made it cool.
You think?
Yeah, I hadn't really heard. I used to try to. I got one of those cup and ball things, and I would use it and ask people how many tries it's going to take to get the cup and the ball. It was just like a fun thing, and whoever won, I would give them a shout out or something. I don't know.
I've definitely found a lot of meaning in this stupid ass toy. Yeah, it's great. Man.
I've been seeing the tricks you've been posting. They're awesome, man.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I got some stuff in the works.
Do you ever go to a contest or anything?
Gunslinger to Bird dropping soon.
So you're going to a contest?
Nah, I don't really think
Why
I'm gonna
not?
do that.
Dude, how many tricks? It looks like you can do quite a bit with it.
I mean, probably number one because I'm like at least 15 years older than everybody else there.
So what? It'd be a good video.
I mean, I have fun with it myself. I wouldn't really want to. Like doing a contest, you have to be consistent and shit. I don't really like. I could probably do
right,
okay,
Adam.
I guess, but
It's time to set down the No Jumper podcast and get serious with this kendama.
bro, you don't understand. I'm like a beginner in this stuff, so the people that I would be on the same level with trick wise are probably going to be a bunch of 12-year-olds. And
So what? That
I'm
would be
not,
awesome.
I'm not like a total beginner. I'm like, I guess to a certain extent, I've like maybe reached intermediate status, but
But who would want to see you against a bunch of 12-year-olds? It'd be
you're right.
hilarious.
That would be funny, yeah.
It'd be like Adam at the high school spelling bee over here.
Well, the thing is
But they're
that
probably awesome.
I already have kind of like an image issue where people are always like, oh, he's just this old guy that hangs out with these young ass rappers and stuff. Somehow me at a contest for a wooden ball and stick toy with a bunch of 12-year-olds, bro, I don't know. I don't doubt that it would be good content and that I'd probably have a good time. I'd like to go, but I wouldn't want to compete. I just want to go and hang out.
Let's see what the chat says. Come on, guys.
Take some photos of the kids. Tell Berger to finish the story. Punched Brandon's story.
Oh.
Patricia.
Oh, yeah, so I'm eating my masala. Shout outs to Urban Masala. Minding my own business. I got the chicken curry that night because I was feeling a little zesty. I'm just eating it. And then my friend Bone Clings freaking led the guy to me, told him where it was. So they were like, oh, it'll be funny if he goes and confronts you or something. And then guy just starts yelling at me, and he's like, fuck you, come hit me, motherfucker, in a restaurant filled with people trying to get some delicious Indian food from Urban Masala. And I'm just like, Brandon, leave me alone, man. You were insane. I'm trying to eat chicken curry. Leave me alone. I already left to get away from you, and now you're stalking me and shit and harassing me in public. And I'm like, sir, please call 911. This guy's harassing me. Please call the police. And he's like, the guy working there is like, I'm not going to call the police or something.
I'm
like,
sorry.
Yeah, he's like, oh, no, you guys can't yell in my store. Don't do it. I'm like, I'm trying to eat my chicken curry. And then he's like, fucking hit me. Do something. Fucking hit me. Do it, bro. Do it. I'm fucking Adam. I was just like, leave me alone. And push this guy. And I had my camera in one hand. Then he just punches me 5 times in the head. Really quick. Crazy. And then I'm just like, what the fuck? And then he just runs out of the place. And I don't know. So that's why I don't like him, because he's a psycho.
But that's why they like him.
Story short.
That's why they like him. It's because he's
go
nuts.
hang out with him. He's a fucking time bomb.
Because
he's been banned from every YouTube channel.
Right. But the thing is that live streaming, we've realized it's this big experiment, and we've realized that people want to watch chaos. They want to watch insanity. So ICE tries to harness some of that energy by bringing a lot of fucking weird people together and sort of, creating a situation where a lot of weird stuff's going to happen because it knows it's going to impress the audience is going to get interested. Brandon is the furthest thing on that because he can't even get along with anybody on a long-term basis because he's so crazy.
Well, my plan was to just ignore him and not even mention him in my broadcast at all. And I would just slowly sit back and watch the dominoes topple. Another 4D chess move by Burger Planet. You don't have to do anything. These people are self-destructive, Adam. We're in this game for the long haul. I've been making videos on YouTube for 10 years. I'm not some guy that just started live streaming because Ice Poseidon did.
Right.
I've been doing it because I have a passion for it. I did it for 8 months before I even made $1 from it, and did it for like 8 hours a day, like a real job. And moved in with my mom just so I could do it more, and just I don't know. And I just love live streaming. I lived in a van so I could keep live streaming and travel the country and go to a bunch of national parks and go to all these cities and meet fans and stuff and hang out with them and just have all these cool experiences with all these people that have so much passion and love for me. And
I'm laughing thinking about you saying 4D chess about you just letting free. I have such another 4D chess move. I keep thinking about that. It's so funny.
I think we smoked too much, Adam.
You said the 4D chess move.
This thing's got a bear with a freaking
shout out to our sponsor, Bearwoods.
He's got an Indian headdress on.
Yeah, cultural appropriation. We on that.
Well, bears can do that.
Bears can do that. He probably stole it from a Native American.
Well, he probably made it himself.
You ever steal a treasured heirloom?
No, Adam, I'm not some kind of psychopath that steals heirlooms.
Right.
Like that treasure movie with Nicolas Cage, National Treasures.
You watch a lot of movies?
Yeah, I love
film
movies.
Buff?
Well, my favorite movies are probably Office Space, Big Lebowski, Back to the Future.
Every white 30-year-old dude's favorite movies? No. Office Space. It's syndicated
Being John
everywhere.
Malkovich.
Why have I seen Office Space 5 billion times?
Because it's that good.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling. Please hold. Thank you. Sounds like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
Hey there. This darn copier just keeps jamming up. Michael Bolton. Yeah, we need to talk about your TPS reports, Peter. We need to do the TPS reports.
You're Peter.
Peter, yeah, we're gonna need you. We lost some people, Peter.
My sleeper.
Saturday. We're gonna need to play catch up. Come in Saturday.
If I get this, then you're lit, Burger.
Fuck.
Oh, it landed on it too. We got mulligan. Little mulligan. Fuck, man. I'm doing it like I never even tried it before.
12-year-old would have done it by now.
Exactly, and that's the problem, dude. Because I watched this kid, Sui Generous. He's like 14. I watched him
Is he
do
Japanese?
it. No, he's white. But I was watching him do it, and I just immediately realized the handicap that I'm up against. Like, he's so...
It's just still a fun hobby.
He's just a tiny little kid. He's so good at it, and I'm this creaky old man, and I'm just up against this giant deficit of just being this fucking worn-out fucking skeleton.
You're not that old. You're not that wore out, Adam. You look like you're put together pretty well. I have to admit that the first time I met you, I was a little intimidated. You just look, because you probably get a lot of people come into the shop that you don't know, and I was live streaming, and you're like,
you're
who the
definitely
fuck
in that
is this
category,
guy?
Burger. You were in that category.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Adam, what's going on? Like,
No, because
do you know my friend Carl?
The only thing I knew about you, though, was just that you had, like, accosted my girlfriend on the street while wearing a dress.
I didn't accost her. I was live streaming over by over by the Burger King over there, and she was like at a club. I think it was, I don't know if I want to say what club it was, but
She doesn't go to any club with any sort of regularity, so it's all right.
I think it was called like Adults Only or something like that. Like you walk in, it looks like it's like a porn, like
I've been there
VHS store.
too. Yeah.
It's pretty chill. They got a couple pool tables, I think, some hip hop
I
music.
pulled a little tail out of there before, buddy.
Dude, call me. Give me some of your throwaway trim, Adam.
Okay. I would love to get you some pussy.
I would love to have some of that as well.
There's got to be some porn star girls that I know that are down to do a pity fuck.
Well, I'm a pitiful... God, Adam, a pity fuck. This is a big opportunity for these gals, Adam.
You think? What if they're...
I'm Burger Planet. I'm hanging out with Adam22.
Have you ever smashed Sweet Aaron?
No.
Would you?
I'm into petite brunettes, and I'm not really into like.
She's not petite.
Wouldn't want to date another live streamer. I don't
Why not?
honestly. It's just too
You
much
think she'd
drama.
steal some of your viewers?
Absolutely not. I provide quality content every day.
Bro, I'm trash. It's
8
hard to
days
do
a
this
week.
shit sitting down. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, Adam. Maybe
I'm about to.
Hold on.
I'm gonna stand up and
no,
throw a chair.
this one's not regulation.
Oh
size.
yeah, it's defective. Of course it didn't work. NoJumper.com.
Only $89.99.
No, $36, my friend.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
So you've been doing really well with this whole thing. I noticed
not bad.
people are paying what $75 for a play on SoundCloud.
We switched it up. It's $100 now.
It's $100 now.
$100 for us
And
to play your song.
$150 for a repost on SoundCloud.
$200.
$200
We
now.
switched it up. We'll do 75, 150 late night hours sometimes.
You're a genius. I don't even know. Like, oh my God.
Well, my thoughts were, all my DMs. The reason why I can't, even look at my DMs is because there's all these kids telling me to listen to their
Check out my
SoundCloud links.
SoundCloud.
So it's like, oh, you want me to check it out? All right, pay up, buddy.
Pay up, dog. You want that free? But then do your podcast live streams, do they save or do you just delete them?
I don't save them. I record the parts that I want to release separately, such as we're doing right now.
Oh, you're recording this?
Yeah.
Oh.
For the Burger Planet interview.
I didn't consent to this, Adam. I didn't know this was on air. This is over.
So what do you think the odds are that you're going to suck another dick this year?
I never sucked a dick, Adam.
Oh, you get your dick sucked by a guy.
Sucked my dick.
Right.
That's right. I just gave him a hand job because I'm a nice guy.
Did you really?
Yeah, man.
Was he hard?
Yeah, it was really hard.
What was that like?
It felt like a cock that wasn't your own, Adam. I don't know.
Was his dick bigger than yours?
I don't think. I mean, it was like a different shape.
A different shape.
Yeah.
Was it circumcised?
It's so hot in here right now. Is there any water?
Do you ever just see?
You guys have any bottled
Let me
water?
ask you a question. You ever see like Michelangelo's David, and you just see that dick, and you're just like,
It's
ooh.
so small.
Yeah, it's not hard. But you ever want to go up and make it hard?
I mean,
As you've done before.
technically, it's rock hard because it's made out of marble.
That's a good point. That's actually a really good point.
But there's usually like a leaf or something down there too. But a lot of times it's like not a very big leaf because like the statue's 7 foot tall, then it's just a normal sized leaf. You're like,
Hate that.
Yeah.
Like cover that damn dick.
yeah, give me the banana leaf, like the malanga.
We should actually. Do you think that if we did a live stream and we raised money for you to get a penis implant, you think that they would they'd come through?
Like, what do you mean penis implant? Like to make me hard all the time? Or
Listen, let me explain. From
like a
wh-
bionicock?
from what I've gathered, there was a Wikipedia article about penis implants, my friend, and I was looking at it, and I saw that there's basically two kinds. There's one where they sort of put like implants in the side of your penis, which I'm pretty sure that's not the real common one. I think the one that's more common is like, you ever have a raging boner, and then you sort of touch like the area right below your ball sack, and you can kind of feel that your dick like extends more into your body, and there's like a part of it that is not on the outside.
Yeah, man, that's your gooch.
Right, in
That's
the
the
gooch, you
gooch.
can kind of feel. They
Yeah.
go in there
fucking
somehow.
gooch.
I don't know exactly how they do it, but they go in there and they take that part and they move that part out more so that you could gain like an inch in dick.
I don't know, Adam. That just sounds
Oh, it's gotta
way
be
too
so painful. to
Way
imagine.
yeah. Why would you want to get? Hell no. I don't even like getting a shot in my arm for like measles or something.
Any sort of gooch surgery just sounds terrible. Yeah.
No, I would never do that.
No, I'm actually, but at the same
Are you
time,
considering it? Why?
No, not
You
at
don't
all.
need to, dude. I saw the video. You look great,
no, but imagine another inch.
dude. What do you want to be? Fucking goddamn horse? Goddamn. What are you packing 8 inches already or something? Right? What
Thanks.
is that?
I appreciate that.
Is it 8?
I don't know.
You've never measured it
I mean, I like
out of vanity.
honestly, I haven't measured it since like 7th, 8th grade, maybe.
So
No, actually, you know what? I think some girl might have been joking around and did it one time, but I don't remember what it was. I don't fucking care enough to like remember. Like,
I don't remember, but it might have been 8.73 centimeters times. I don't know.
I don't know. I'm gonna do it though. I'm gonna get. But also, listen, bro. There's
Have you
different.
ever done the mold-a-willy,
What's that?
where you can like make a mold of your cock?
No, but I'm down.
You should have that. Should be a vlog thing, like it being a vlog. And have your girlfriend help you kind of, make it solid.
Okay, Burger Planet interview.
Okay, what else do you want to know?
I was just joking. No, I feel like we've kind of reached the necessary length that might be considered reasonable.
Okay. What's that mean?
It means I gotta listen to the rest of these fucking songs people donated, and then I'm gonna go to bed.
Can I jam with the songs and just listen?
Okay.
I got nothing else to do.
No, that's fair. All right. What? What are you laughing at?
You can dance. Are you allowed to say whether you think it was hot or not? Or?
Yes, actually, totally. All right. Shout out to everybody who watched this. Shout out to Burger Planet, fucking crackhead.
Please use less auto-tune in your productions.
Oh, there's going to be a lot of auto-tune. There's going to be a lot of Xanax. There's going to be a lot of all this shit.
A lot of auto-tune.
You
All
ready?
right, I'm down. Let's go down the rabbit hole.
Let's go down the rabbit hole.
SoundCloud.
Burger Planet. Murder Planet.
Murder Planet with Adam22 on the podcast. Let's check out some SoundCloud plays. What do you think, Adam?
Fuck you.
I'm just chilling with Adam, Yeah, I'm just chilling with Adam, I'm just chilling with Adam, Look, that's the host skedaddle, I'm just chilling with Adam.